Welcome, Warren Field now. Joaquin, I thought we did. Welcome, Warren Field, Brawley, California, where visiting Scripps Ranch Falcons come down here to Brawley, California to take on the Brawley Wildcats. Scripps Ranch. And we'll be right back after this Star Spangled Banner. Ron Rubio with me tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to everyone out there. Good evening, everyone. This is Ron Rubio with VSN Sports, and here we are, opening night for the Brawley Wildcats facing the Scripps Ranch Falcons. It's a top 20. It's a top 20 contest between Scripps Ranch, which is ranked number 7, and I believe Brawley's ranked number 16 in total San Diego section. Scripps Ranch is now in Division 1, while Brawley has jumped up to Division 2. Scripps Ranch are the defending D2 Division 2 champions from San Diego. They also were the D2A state champions from last year. They had a record of 13-1 last year, had a perfect dream season, a season that every high school program dreams about having, taking their division, taking their league championship, going ahead and taking the D2 championship, and then moving on to the 2A championship in the state of California and knocking off the Northern California team from the state championship. So that's how we're doing tonight. We're working on some issues up here on our audio. It's not a big deal. We will have the opening kickoff. Deep to receive for the Wildcats will be number 6. That is senior Daniel Camilo. Alongside him will be number 2, and that is Damian Abarca, also another senior. Scripps Ranch, as we said, this is the first ball game for everyone. Tail of the tape, there is no tail of the tape other than what the two teams did last season. And as we said, the accolades for Scripps Ranch, as we said, state champions, Division II champs, while the Wildcats were also a semifinalist. Wildcats were a semifinalist, being knocked out by Santa Fe Christian in Santa Fe Christian. But they made it to the semifinals. So here we go. We're going to wind up. We'll be winding up, and we're ready to go.
As we get ready for the Scripps Ranch to kick off here we go, Ron.
So here we go. The set, that's Abarca. Abarca will move up to the 20-yard line. He's met down by a host of Falcon tacklers.
Well, listen, Ron, I'd like to welcome everybody. Little rocky start, but that's just part of the things that happen when we start all over with this whole brand new program. We had to deal with a little bit of issues, but here we are, ready for 2022 season, starting it off. Ron, head referee tonight.
It's the first game for everyone.
Yeah,
it's the first game for everybody. Cheerleaders, football team, referee. So here we go. First play from scrimmage for the Wildcats. Wildcats now are going to start their possession on the 20-yard line. Ethan Gutierrez needs no introduction. That's number 13 for the Wildcats. He's got a doubles on his right-hand side, split back formation. Wildcats have a very, very tough non-conference schedule, and this is the opening. And that's an outside handoff to the left side of the line, that looks like. Trying to get his number there. Is that Damian Abarca coming out of the backfield? That is Damian Abarca coming out of the backfield.
And Ron, as we look at second down right now, we have our VSN crew down there at Mount Carmel in San Diego with a score of 27-0. The Spartans are leading.
27-0. That was an early kickoff at 6 p.m. The Wildcats now find themselves with a second down. Good carry, good first carry for the Wildcats, second down and 6. The give is to Tyner Carranza. Carranza is going to fight his way to the right side. He's going to be short by 2 yards. Good movement on the Wildcat line. They got a good push. They've got 2 carries so far for, I'm going to give them 8 yards on that. So they're looking at a 3rd down and 2 at their own 28-yard line.
Something about those gray uniforms that I really, that's a good-looking color there. Now, of course, we've had the opportunity to see Scripps Ranch quite a few times there, Ron.
Scripps Ranch, great color coordination there. Gray pants, gray tops, white helmets. And I believe they're cardinal or maroon stripes on their helmets and numbers. Here's the give. The give is to Carranza. He tries the left side, and he may be short, and he's still fighting. He will be short by a half yard. Will the Wildcats go for it at their own 29-yard line, Will?
Little too early right now, Ron. You look at that lineup from Scripps Ranch, number 52 right there. Nick Rion, he's a senior right there. He might not be tall in stature, but let me tell you, he looks like a built 4x4 stud right there, just sitting at the right tackle, waiting for Carranza to come through and stop him short of a first down.
Nick Ria is an outside linebacker. Offensive lineman and defensive lineman. He's a senior. That defense is led by number 53, Nathaniel Barber. Barber was an all-league linebacker last year, and he spearheads that defense. And back to kick is Carranza. Carranza was a very good high punt with the bounce for the Falcons, and the Falcons are going to have great field position. They will start their first drive at the 47-yard line.
One of the things, Ron, that we wanted to talk about prior to the game starting, when Jax Leatherwood saw Brawley on their schedule, he was licking his chops there, Ron. Let me tell you why. The kid is big. He's already faced Brawley. He actually, I'm going to say he went way over the top, did an excellent job against them Wildcats in that scrimmage game last year.
It was a scrimmage game, but Scripps Ranch, off that scrimmage, it was a telltale sign what their scene was going to be like. They were clicking off that first scrimmage. So here it goes. And there's a tight end pop to number 85. And that is Ethan Roche. Roche is a tight end. He's a junior. One thing about this offensive team, I was talking to the coaches earlier, the Falcon coaches, all the receivers were gone except for number 85, Roche. And I hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly. So they've lost a lot of people on their offensive line, on the receiving core, but now they got the guys that were backups last year stepping in.
Yeah, one thing you will notice, Ron, is that Jake just stands there. He has no trouble looking over his offensive line.
He is the tallest kid out there, period. The give is to, and that's going to be number 2. That is Josh Nguyen.
Tackle made by number 21 of the Brawley Wildcats. That's coming in there, and that's Chris Camilo coming in there. He is a junior. He is one of the playmakers on the defensive side of the ball.
Chris Camilo has been a 3-year starter. It's amazing. He's only a junior. Came out for the spring season of 6-7 games that occurred during the COVID, and now he's a standout kid at linebacker, along with number 32. That's Mario. Mario Casares. Leatherwood again, off the hands of number 14, intended for number 14. That's Alex Ariado. Ariado right off his hands. You got to catch those, Will.
Yeah, the thing is, you had number 6 coming in there really hard. And Ron, I mean, you can't say he would have had a chance on the ball, but Daniel Camilo, his main focus was to make the tackle. Look, everything else is a plus after that, Ron.
You know, DBs are taught, okay, if the ball is in the receiver's hands, you can't knock it out. It's in the hand. Now you got to make some kind of contact to jar the ball loose. Good play by Daniel Camilo. So here we go, 3rd down and 7. Great territory. They're inside the 35-yard line of the Wildcats. We have trips to the right, single back. And then you just take a look at Leatherwood. Now they motion into doubles. 2 receivers on both sides. Leatherwood looking. He's pressured by Gossett as he rolls to his left. He has it. Screens off. Great play by number 85, the tight end. Didn't even put a block, kind of like screened off the defender like you do in basketball. Didn't turn around to clip. Good sense. Good play by the quarterback. Even a better play by the tight end, number 85, Roche.
One of the rare things, Ron, that a lot of people are, especially in the San Diego area, already aware of, not only is Leatherwood, was he a CIF champ, state 2A state champion.
Right.
He went ahead and repeated it in basketball.
Oh, my God, did not know that.
No, state champ in basketball, and guess what his other sport is, Ron?
Baseball.
Volleyball player.
Cool for, hey, in San Diego, that's cool.
No, I think it's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. I mean, that kid's a 3-star athlete. Yeah, it's three-sport athlete. So here we go. Doubles to one side.
Committed in Nevada, by the way, Ron.
Oh, nice. I was going to ask him where he's committed to. I know they're looking for him. Looks like we're going to have a timeout. A little bit of indecision on what the formation was. Timeout by Scripps Ranch.
Okay, and Ron and I will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Welcome back, everybody, as we look at a first down on the 25-yard line there, Ron.
So Scripps Ranch now, second, they got first down. They had great field position off that punt from Carranza. Carranza. Wildcats look like we're going to have an offsides by number 18, Matthew Gutierrez. So the Wildcats now, what are you going to do? They're throwing, they're no running yet, and off the scout film that Brawley had from Scripps Ranch, man, it was just pass after pass after pass after pass, and why not? You have I'm too sure how tall Leatherwood is.
Yeah, he's pretty tall. But I'll tell you one thing right now. I'd like to say hello to Deborah Body. She's probably still in Maui down there watching us all the way down there. Deborah, I've known her since grade school down there in Witter School. Hello, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah. 8:27 remaining in the first quarter, and the give is to number 22. He finds a way up the middle. Nice play tackle by Makai Washington, but not after McGowan gains enough for a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. For the Falcons inside Wildcat 10-yard line at the 9-yard line.
Jesse Jackson is our white hat tonight and one of the best referees down here in Imperial Valley. Very professional, very athletic, and he's got the feel for the game. I love when he does a game. There's plenty of other ones, but J.J. Jackson is one of the top-notch officials down here. And I got a story to tell you about Paulo Verde last night, Ron.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a good story.
So here we go. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Knocking on the door. Leatherwood fakes the give. He's looking and he gets rushed. Swing out to number 15, and that's going to be a touchdown. So nice play action and a touchdown pass to Steven Busquet. Busquet is a junior. Great action, and the heat was coming from the outside. Leatherwood stood in there. Nice little pop pass for a touchdown with 7:47 remaining in the first quarter.
Ron, Scripps Ranch just looks smooth. They look smooth going down that field. Me and you were thinking alike when we say smooth. These guys are clicking. It looks like the passes are the receivers are in the right spot. Everything's just clicking for them right now.
Smooth, positive yards on every play. So the Wildcats now will have to regroup. Set to kick is the guy who just caught the touchdown. That would be Bousquet, Stephen Bousquet. And sorry, Scripps Ranch people out there, if I'm butchering their last names. But that was a great catch. And now to add the extra point. So with 7:47 remaining, we have Scripps Ranch 7, Brawley Wildcats 0. Did they miss the extra point?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not official yet. But while we got seconds there, I would like to welcome one of our corporate sponsors that has really stepped it up this year. We're very happy with this partnership. That's Imperial Valley College.
Nice.
They are proud sponsors of VSN's live stream for all Imperial High School sports. We will be working closely with them. Joaquin Matus and I myself have assembled a crew with Cuauhtemoc, Victor Torres, and Elizabeth from IVC. There is going to be some positive things coming out of there that we're looking forward to. So we're proud to have IVC on board with us and look forward for a long, prosperous relationship with them.
So what was that name you gave to Mr. Torres there?
Victor Torres.
Victor,
He's
okay,
Victor
okay,
Torres,
okay,
more at
okay.
IVC. He doesn't go.
I got you.
He's like my son. He doesn't go by Chato anymore. He goes by William.
Well, Victor Torres is a well-known Brawley Wildcat, and he went back then he went by Chino Torres. Very good defensive back and wide receiver, athletic. And look where he's at now.
Good for them.
You know, hard drive. He was a hard-working kid then on the
Yes.
field, and look where it's gotten him. So
Now-
that's a congratulations to
Cuauhtemoc, another guy out there. But let me tell you, he was an Imperial. We'll get back with that. We're going to a little bit of history as we get ready to see Scripps Ranch kickoff right now.
kickoff by Bousquet. And apparently he did miss the extra point. And here's a Barca. Barca at the 10. Finds a crease to the 20. Finds a crease to the 30. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He cuts back, and he will find his way inside Scripps Ranch territory. What a great return. No flags. They will be at the 42-yard line of Scripps Ranch. So that's the shot of injection.
Yes.
That's the energy Brawley needed right now. They got it right off the bat. So good deal. Good run back by Damian Abarca.
Talking to Coach Self, Ron, he felt confidence. And it's not that he doesn't always feel confidence. The guy just feels confidence. One thing he was telling me about on Wednesday at practice, he loves that challenge. That's what drives him. That's what gets him to that next level. He really just loves that challenge. He goes, the tougher the opponent, the more confidence I get out of him.
Gutierrez with two receivers on both sides. Wide side is to the right. It looks like Brawley's going to have a procedure penalty on number 79.
Kind of surprised, Ron. We went to the scrimmage last week. These are some of the things that should have been handled last week. We saw very
There
few
was
of
a
them.
little bit of it. There was a little bit of it, but right now that's the kind of stuff. Okay, man, you had a great kickoff return.
Yeah.
Let's keep the momentum going, see what you can do with it. But this is the deal when you're playing a team like this. In order to beat the best, you got to be at your best. In every little aspect of the game. That's the bottom line. So here we go. We got two receivers on both sides. Gutierrez, as we said, he's been starting quarterback for Brawley maybe for 4 years. And he's looking for Mekhi Washington. Great defensive play by number 4, and that is Markel Martin. Markel Martin, they listed him as a sophomore, played the ball very well. Mekhi Washington, one of Brawley High's track stars. It was a great pattern. Hey, it was a good throw, great throw, and a great defensive play.
I thought all the way around it was good protection,
Well,
good throw, good defensive play. It's just one of those things.
It's a stalemate.
Yeah.
It's a stalemate. Hey,
We call that one a draw.
it's a draw and a good play on both sides of the ball. Two athletic kids going after the ball.
I'm looking for the Wildcats. I like this defense that they're running against Brawley right here. This is Carranza territory right here, right up the middle.
This is something I've never seen before. Take a look at that,
Oh,
folks.
that's going to hurt the Brawley Wildcats, and that's already 2 for them right there, Ron.
So that's 10 yards back. That's negative yards, guys. That's negative yards right there. You need to knock that off. And like I said, when you're playing a team with the caliber of Scripps Ranch, you don't give them any more chances. You don't give them opportunities. You don't help them get out of a hole, which they found themselves in after that great kickoff return. Needless to say, Wildcats now at the 48-yard line. Plenty of time, 7:29 in the first quarter. 6-0 on the mixed PAT. Doubles on both sides. Wildcats have been in this formation. Single back looks like Carranza, number 42, a senior. Now this defense is I don't know what to call it, but I'll have to. And here goes Gutierrez. Gutierrez finds a way. He's going to be knocked out maybe at the 46-yard line. He got some of that second penalty back. Wildcats now find themselves with a third down, I believe. Third and, let's go, 14.
Now, Ron, you and I talked about this earlier. Now, Scripps Ranch comes down here to Brawley, and whether it's Brawley or another Imperial Valley team, now it's very hot and humid. But we always say, oh, they're going to get gas, they're going to get everything else. But you know what? Brawley has those same challenges, so it affects both sides.
No, it's both teams are affected by the heat, the elements. This is the story. If you're in shape, you can handle it.
Yeah.
So here we go, and take a look, folks. Take a look at that screen. Look at those. None of those defenders on the first level of defenders are in a three-point stance. And there's Platt wide open, and that's going to cost you. Like I said, I don't have a label for that defense. I didn't see the drop, but somehow, somewhere, Robert Platt found a seam and took it, and now the Wildcats find themselves at the 15-yard line.
Ron, you as a coach, now, as we see none of the defensive linemen in a three-point stance, do you think they're standing up to give Gutierrez a harder chance to see downfield?
Well, I think it's a little bit of something. They'll give up the run, but they don't want Gutierrez to beat him with his arm or his legs, I think.
Okay.
You know, because look how that defense is standing there. Their eyeballs are on Gutierrez. They're going to say, hey, somebody else beat me, but we're not going to let number 13 beat me. Look at that. Just keep an eye. Look at that big gap on the right side.
Yeah.
You would think you could just run that ball right through there.
I think we will see.
And so they'll line up, and they're going to adjust. There's something they're adjusting to, and it's on. And there Carranza tries to right, cuts back, and a big chunk of yards. 6-yard gain, second down and 4 at the 9-yard line.
6-yard gain. But if you notice, they were shadowing Carranza. Number 52 shifted over when Carranza shifted over to the right-hand side of Ethan Gutierrez. So that might be the guy. They go, listen, if the guy's going to get the ball up the middle, number 52, you got Carranza. Anywhere he moves, you got him. And then the outside guys will take care of Gutierrez and them. But, hey, listen, deep territory, Wildcats.
Now, I'm real interested to see in this situation at the 10 and inside the 10-yard line, what's their goal line defense look like? Do they jump into it? Right now, the answer is no. They're still in that. I'm going to call that a 3, a 4. I'm not too sure. And they got a sprinter stance. I think you ran that defense in Pop Warner one year, 3-8 or something.
But look, it's great. 3rd and 1, Ron. 3rd and 1. They're gaining big yardage on that inside dive up the middle. Get them the sucker in a little bit. If they can get a first down, that'll put the ball inside the 5-yard line. That, with 5:22, 5:28 clock ticking to end the first quarter, that is positive yards for them Wildcats.
Wildcats at the 6-yard line. They have about a yard to go for a first down. 5:16 remaining. Wildcats now looking to see if, and here is a standard goal line defense. They give us to Carranza. The Carranza tries the right side and nothing doing. But he has enough for the first down. He's inside the 5 at the 4. That's going to be a first and goal for the Wildcats. Or is it? Sure is.
No, it's going to be a first down, Ron. And
J.J. Jackson gives the signal for a first down.
So they're on the 4-yard line right now. And let me tell you something else. I mean, some people might be surprised. I know some of us here with VSN are not surprised. The score is 34-0. The Central Spartans over Mount Carmel Sun Devils in the 3rd quarter. What do you want me to do?
Oh. They give it to Carranza. Carranza goes up the middle. Carranza on a first and goal will find his way up to the 1-yard line. So the Wildcats now knocking on the door.
So with 4:18, 4:17, the clock ticking down.
It's rust, man. We got rust in our pipes, rust in our minds.
Just
it's
good to be out here.
So, yeah, it's good to be out here. Friendly confines at Warren Field. Wildcats with 4:03 remaining. It is Scripps Ranch 6, Wildcat 0. But Wildcats now knocking on the door. Single back will be number 42. That is Carranza. 2 receivers to the give us to Carranza. Carranza step. He is stopped right at the 1. And he falls forward and almost falls forward enough to break the plane, but he doesn't. We are now looking at a 3rd down and goal. So now that the Scripps Ranch Falcons have jumped into that traditional goal line, putting 6-man on that line, making it hard to block that, to get that run in, to get the score in.
And we'd like to do a special thanks to Chief Sawyer, Sergeant Henderson, Sergeant Seaman, and the rest of the El Centro Police Department for partnering up with VSN. Much appreciated. That's the El Centro Police Department. Going to be a great partnership there with them, Ron.
Good deal for the El Centro Police Department and VSN. So here we go. 3rd down and goal from the inch line. I'm going to say inch line. Ball's right there. Carranza and Gutierrez is going to try option to the right, and he is going to get in. Great effort by number 4. Could not bring him down. That's Markel Martin. I did not see that. I did not see.
He spiked the ball. You just don't do that. Now, this is I know it's early. There's 2 things you can call on this. You can call.
I did not see that. I was looking at.
Unsportsmanlike
God.
conduct. Sometimes I like to call.
What do you call it?
Well, personally, it depends. This one I would personally call 15, but sometimes it does come a time where you call it delay a game because I thought that was a little too aggressive. We'll see what they do.
They gave it a personal.
They gave it a unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, and there's no need for that, and he knows that. The excitement of the game's getting to you. You need to calm down. This is the way it is.
So the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, which is better than doing it here. So here we go. Urbano set. Urbano knocks it through. So keeping in tradition with the soccer players coming down, that is Urbano. I believe Nathan Urbano is going to kick it through. So the Wildcats with 2:52 remaining in this first quarter. Wildcats 7, Scripps Ranch 6.
We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody, as we look at the score. Wildcat 7, Scripps Ranch 6 with 2:52 left in the first quarter. I like to say the Dom team, for all your commercial and residential needs, real estate needs, give Doug and Andrew a call. And, Ron, speaking of Doug and Andrew, we're going to have Doug up here in a couple of weeks coming in the future weeks up here. He's that type of guy that has that knowledge, the old school knowledge that has, and then the present knowledge. He's been around a long time with football, successful in the business, in the real estate business. So it's going to be a pleasure for VSN to have him up here.
Set to kick off will be Nathan Urbano, number 37, deep to receive at the 20-yard line. Wildcats are kicking from the 25 due to the penalty that was assessed to them on the personal and sportsmanlike conduct. So here is a return at the 25. He's at the 30. That's Martin, number 4. Number 4 is going to find a way to the 45, spins off, brought down by Matthew Gutierrez, number 18, but not until he gains yardage up to the 47-yard line. Again, short field for the Scripps Ranch Falcons. They are, for 2 possessions, great field position to start their drives. 2:44 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, and we'll be able to see what the Scripps Ranch can do on the 2 possessions, 2 scores going both ways there, Ron.
So we have a 1st and 10 for the Scripps Ranch. They're going to start this possession, as I said, on the 47-yard line, right in the middle of the field. If you're just joining us tonight, number 10 is Jax Leatherwood. He is a commit to Nevada.
Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack. So now a penalty. Looks like this may be on somebody on the offensive line of the Falcons.
Now, rumor has it that 30 people graduated from last year's state championship. Wow. So, and that's big. Look,
it's a lot.
When you start looking at 20 is a lot. These guys graduated 30 seniors, but Ron, they moved up to Division I. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be a challenging in that division because that whole division is stacked, as you know. So is the top half of Division II.
Right. And their leagues is pretty tough. They have Cathedral Catholic, St. Augustine, Lincoln, Madison. At some point in their history, all those 4 schools I mentioned they were top dogs. Here we go, Leatherwood. Doubles on his left. He's looking to his right. He's looking for a screen. He has it. He throws it complete to number 14, and that is Alex Arriado, a junior. That shows you the patience of Leatherwood. He didn't panic. He got rushed, moved his feet around, and that's what a lot of coaches like about him. He has great footwork for a guy his size.
Some of the guys we want to take a look at on the defensive side for the Wildcats is number 17, Robert Platt. Platt was an all-leaguer last year. He's a big kid, Ron. He's 190 pounds, plays that outside defensive end, keeps all the containment inside.
Second down and 8. Leatherwood looking. He has 2 receivers on top. He fakes play action pass, looking for that tight end pop again to number 45, and that is Matthew Riggenbach. Riggenbach is a junior.
One of the things that Scripps Ranch got to look at, they had number 72 downfield on that. Now, I'm a big fan of the tight end pop right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But one of the things you got to keep out, these linemen got to stay within the 5 yards of that line of scrimmage right there. And number 72, look at that ball wasn't caught because it could have been big for him. Big in a bad way.
Number 50, offensive line for the Falcons, you have Henry Woodmanessi. Number 55, you have number 72, Ryan Stepnoski. You have number 78, Adam Gerhardt. Here we go, doubles on both sides. The wide side is to the right of Leatherwood. It is a 3rd and 8. Leatherwood looking, shoots it down the line, and the receiver was not looking. And that's something you'll probably see in the beginning of the season for the Falcons. Talking to one of the coaches, they only have 1 starting receiver returning, and they go up in a 4-receiver set. So one of those 4 is only the returner they have. So a little bit of work on their chemistry. As you can see right there, the receiver wasn't even ready for looking for the ball.
No, it's they got to get that timing down.
Yeah, the timing has to get down. They have to get that chemistry, know the movement. So back to kick will be Alex Arriado. Back to receive will be number 6, Daniel Camilo, and number 24 is in front of him. That is Gilbert Tweedy Corrales. So great field position. They didn't get a first down. Penalty might have hurt that a little bit, but now Wildcats dodge a bullet, and it's a high snap. It's way over his head. He fields it. He has time. Composed kid. Didn't panic, and look at this bounce.
And
he gets a heck of a bounce. Fortunate. Didn't panic. Now, what do you say about the Wildcats not getting there in time to get that over? I mean,
you got a ball bouncing 10, 12 yards on there. You either got to down it, you don't have to catch it, Ron, but you do. But at the same time, maybe the coach is telling him to stay away because sometimes that ball has a way of bouncing different ways.
The kid couldn't panic. He could have, he didn't. He lost. Great play by number 14.
And while we got a second here, we'd like to say Havens Landscaping for all your rock and material needs for anything that you want to do with your landscaping. Give Havens a call at 760-352-6735.
1:48 remaining in the first quarter. We have a 7-6 lead by the Wildcats. Gutierrez Wildcats at their own 20. Gutierrez looking to his trip side. He shoots it, and that's batted down. That's batted down by number 45, who is a two-way player. That is Matthew Riggenbach. Riggenbach plays tight end and defensive end.
Well, one of the things that I did like, and I know they batted it down, Ron, and we talked about this last week in the scrimmage, I like the way that Gutierrez stayed in the pocket, Ron. That's something that you mentioned last week.
Mm-hmm. There was a little, last week in the scrimmage, it kind of looked like we weren't sure if it was a designed run by Gutierrez, but it seemed like he was bailing out of the pocket. But needless to say, it's a game situation. Trips to the left for Gutierrez. 2nd down and 10. Wildcats at their 20-yard line. Scripps Ranch, and that, I want to say that's a standing 4-man front. Sweep to Camilo. Camilo trying to get to the outside. Camilo was coming from split end position. Maybe gets a yard on that jet sweep. 3rd down and 9. Let's go 3rd down and 8. So the Wildcats now find themselves with the 3rd down and 8. 1:38 remaining in the first quarter. A little bit different than last year's scrimmage, Will.
Yes, a lot of bit difference right here.
A lot different, Scripps Ranch looked really good on that first drive. The Wildcats, came back with their drive of their own thanks to that nice return by Abarca. A lot of football left. 1:38 remaining in the first quarter. We have a 3rd down for the Wildcats, 3rd and 8.
6 down lineman.
Yeah, so now they're standing, but I'm getting a kick out of how they're. And
He's
is he going to break loose? That's Brandon Porras! Porras to the 20, to the 10. 5, touchdown, Wildcats.
And looking out on
Wow.
the field, and there is no yellow hankies. Touchdown, Brawley Wildcats. Valley teams showing some of these top programs what they got in common here, Ron.
Well,
Congratulations.
you know what? You know, it's kind of something, you know, I haven't been able to check out that defense, but look at that pass to Platt in that last possession.
Good play
So
calling.
now
Good
there's
play
these seams are opening up. I don't know if they're blitzing anybody, but look, Ray Van Diver, Coach Ray
Yeah.
Diver, offensive line coach, now promoted to offensive coordinator. Hey, calling all the right plays right now. So the Wildcats now with 1:27 remaining are lining up to see if they can get their 14th point on the board.
Well, it's that same mentality that John instills in all the people that have been with him forever in such a long time, like Van Diver since day one. I mean, that's his philosophy. That's his style of play. So you know what? Congratulations for Van Diver and Coach Self and the rest of the coaching staff there, Ron.
So here we go. Nathan Urbano set to kick, set to hold is Gutierrez. So Gutierrez with the, you know, it was a great catch and run. What is that, 80-yard pass? 79, 78, who knows? The catch and run. And with the kick, that's up right down the middle. No good. I need to keep watching. From our vantage point, it looks like it's good. Needless to say, missed extra point with 1:27 remaining in the first quarter. The Brawley Wildcats 13, Scripps Ranch Falcons 6.
And I'm Will Torres. With me since day one, Ron Rubio, Joaquin Matus. Will be right back. Everybody, we are VSN, and on a beautiful muggy night, if you're from Imperial Valley, as long as the sun is down, it's only 99 degrees and 80% humidity, not a cloud in the sky. With 127, it seems like it's been going on for a while, but it's 127 still left in the first quarter, Ron.
So now both teams have missed an extra point. It's a 7-point lead for the Wildcats. Will this, keep in mind, as this game progresses, will this 1 point by either team missing come back and haunt them? We'll see. Urbano with the kick. It's a little pooch, a pop-up, received at the 19. He's at the 40, cuts back. He's at the 45, and that was number 7. That is Brandon Burns. Brandon Burns also plays DB out there. Brandon Burns, good return. And again, great field position. On the last 3 possessions, 4 Falcons have been from their own 40 and beyond. So
Now,
121 remaining, first quarter.
one of the things I'd like to know is, you know, last year, was Leatherwood ever going into a game where he was down before? So that's one of the interesting things, Ron. I mean, has Leatherwood been from behind and had to come back?
You know, that's the one thing I was thinking too right now. I said, you know,
Does
how
he-
did their seasons go by last year? I mean, were they just knocking people out left and right like the Matter Day kids?
Yeah.
Here we go. So we'll see. A lot of football left. 121 remaining. First and 10 at the 42. Great field position. The give is 2. Bounces off to the right. That's number 22. 4. That's Nguyen.
And Platt there to turn it in and make the tackle like he is. Just great. I mean, that's what he's got to do from that defensive end position right there. You know, keep the containment, make the tackle, make him go inside, make sure the linebackers have to get in there and make the tackle. Now, even though it didn't look like he got any yardage, Ron, he still got 4.
It's a good 4-yard run.
Yeah.
Kept his feet moving. And, you know, just a good dive runner will give you those plays 3 and above. Because why? They're patient. They wait for a block. They find a crease. They hit it. They get a couple of yards. 45 seconds remaining. It's a second down and 6. Little tight set for Leatherwood and the Falcons. He swings out number 20 Nguyen, and that's one of their favorite plays, swinging that ball out. Missed tackle by number 5. Cuts back. That looks like Torres may knock him out of bounds. So a missed tackle out there by the Wildcats will lead up to a first down.
30 seconds to go.
And due to being knocked out of bounds, the clock is stopped. They now find themselves at the Wildcat 34-yard line. So when you're given a team with the caliber of Scripps Ranch that short of a field, it puts a little bit of pressure on your defense, Will, and the play calling of your defense. Wildcats now still with this 7-point lead, 20 seconds. Are they going to run a play before the quarter ends? We'll see.
Hey, Ron, one thing I'm noticing looking across the field right there, Ron, they don't come as stacked as they have in the previous years.
Like the number of kids, the bodies aren't out there.
With 7 seconds to go and counting down, it looks like Scripps Ranch.
Tie formation now. Is there a timeout called? They stopped the clock with 3.6. That's kind of odd.
That was odd. I don't know what happened. He might have just pre-assumed he was going to stop it.
So that's going to go ahead, Will. Sorry.
Before we get away from commercials, I'd like to introduce one of our other new sponsors. That's Intercare. When it comes to healthcare, Intercare is here to help, located throughout the whole Imperial Valley. And when I talk about Intercare, I'm talking about Yvonne Bell, CEO of Intercare, and Mr. Rusty Garcia, president of the board. Without them, we had a great meeting. We met a couple of times, Ron. We had a great communications. All of us had a vision of what Intercare and VSN should be. And we all came to the conclusion to create that partnership. So, Yvonne Bell, Rusty Garcia, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I think we're all going to be happy with that partnership. So as we go to the second quarter, VSN will be right back after these commercials. Back, everyone, as we get ready to start the second quarter with the score 13-6. We have 2 missed extra points. The Scripps Ranch are looking to score some more points up on the board there, Ron, as we start the second quarter.
Leatherwood looking to his left. He throws to his right. It's up in the air, and he just overshoots number 85. That is Ethan Roche. He was open.
He had a little step on the
He had a step on the guy,
right
and just right down the seam. Nothing fancy about it, just a go route. Let's go get it. Incomplete. Second down and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Well, we know they're not scared to air it out. It doesn't matter where they're out on the field, huh, Ron?
No, they're not. And, you're not going to change anything. You're not going to change anything for anybody when you're a team this caliber of Scripps Ranch. You're going to try to impose your will on them. You're going to run your offense. You're going to see, if they're taking certain things away, there's something they'll go back to something else. They are a pass-first team. Let it be known. So here we go. Trips to the left, empty backfield, 5 receivers out there. He shoots it across 2. That's number 85. 85 cuts back. He's at the 20. A little pop by Platt. Platt decides to wrap him up.
I don't think that little pop's going to bring him down, Ron.
Not that Roche kid. You can't be doing that, but.
Now, you got to wrap your arms around him. That little.
He actually, it seems like Platt plotted him. Oh, wow, I should have wrapped him up and still got in the tackle. So they stopped him, but not before he gets the ball up to the 16-yard line. So now they're moving the ball. The ball's in the middle of the field, more to the left hash for the Scripps Ranch Falcons.
And that's been their main receiver, number 85.
85, he's their go-to guy. 85, 45 as well, Riggenbach. But they're giving him time. Like I said, Stepnoski's out there. You got that Woodmanessi. You have Riggenbach. Oh, Riggenbach is the tight end. Here we go, empty backfield again. And here's that little comeback route. And he's going to cut back. That's number 14, second touchdown of the night if he's in.
Yes, it is.
He's in. That's going to be Alex Ariado, and that's a little bubble route that they run. tunnel. It's a tunnel route. I'm sorry.
He's got too much speed because he's catching the ball behind the line of scrimmage, running lateral towards the middle of the field, Ron. Once he catches that ball, he's got too much speed on those inside cornerbacks.
Well, that's the thing. You have 5 receivers out there, 3 on one side, 2 are going long on that same side, and then they sneak that guy coming out. He's running alongside the line of scrimmage. It's called a tunnel route. He's coming towards the quarterback, but everybody's saying, hey, man, I can't get burned deep. So here we go. He knocks it through. That was number 15.
That is good right there.
Busquet. So Busquet kicks it right through the middle. And with that, with 11:10 remaining in the second quarter, we have a tie score. Wildcats 13, Scripps Ranch 13.
Reach Medical Response Service. When seconds counts, you can depend on Reach Medical Transportation Service. They're run by director in this area on the western side of the United States, Mr. Mayor Donnie Wharton. We much appreciate everything Reach has done for VSN. Also, Imperial Irrigation District. IID Energy is focused on providing reliable energy service to all Imperial Valley. And it's also your local water company providing reliable water service to all Imperial Valley and surrounding areas. Once again, IID supporting VSN. Much thank you there, Ron.
Good deal. IID, IVC, Intercare. Man, what is going on here? I love it.
Well, Ron, what we're doing is VSN is trying to reach out to people.
That's nice. It's good stuff.
And one of the goals that VSN has is never to charge the public. And you, I, and Joaquin, that was always our main goal. And let me tell you, you know, there's a list of sponsors. These are some of them right here. But that is our ultimate goal, to showcase these kids, get, you know, for the alumni that doesn't live here in Imperial Valley anymore, keep that going. And just while I have an update right now, it's 41-6, still in the third quarter, with the Central Spartans leading Mount Carmel Sun Devils.
The kick is deep. Camilo trying to get it. Camilo drops the ball at the 30, and it's going to be recovered by, looks like, Matthew Moreno. So Moreno falls on the muff kickoff return by Camilo. Ball at the 25-yard line.
One other thing we haven't talked about, Ron, this field looks terrific.
The field looks good, really nice, really nice.
I saw Chaco working here every day, and we were talking, this humidity was terrible all week. He was out here in the middle of the day. He was painting, he was mowing, fixing everything up. So congratulations for the Brawley staff, Carlos Alcantar and crew, for having this field in tip-top condition.
So the Wildcats now will set up camp at their own 25-yard line. Wildcats have trips to the short side of the field. Single back, looks like that's number 23, Moreno. He is a sophomore. They give us to Moreno to the middle. Moreno will. Good run. Looks like he's going to get at least, let's give him 4 on that.
Well, when you talk about Moreno's, let's go back to 2001. You talk about his father there, Ron. And, you know, great running back that he was back there. A lot of yards, played the same position. I believe they all had the same number. And then you had Mikey Moreno a couple of years ago, another stud that went on to go play at COD. And now you got the younger Moreno, Matthew Moreno. So it just seems like we've been calling that Moreno name, number 23, for a lot of years, Ron.
We have trips to the right. Moreno to the left of Gutierrez. Looks like we're going to get an offsides by number 53. That is Nathaniel Barba. Barba, as we said, is the all-league linebacker. Yeah, back to the Morenos. One thing about Matthew here, I have more of he's a little track guy. Runs track. He runs track. He got speed. I've never seen his daddy or his big brother run track.
No, they did.
And that's the goal. I think that's the edge this kid's going to have on him. They're athletic just as his dad and his brother, but he's going to get that speed in there. And he's only a sophomore, so good things are going to happen for this Moreno. So there's Makai Washington, ball at the 39-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Makai has come through. Makai has grown as a football player. He's grown as an athlete, period.
Yeah, Ron, we saw that in the second half last year.
Right, came on strong,
yes,
man.
Came on strong, making a name for himself, and just really has done really good. With 10-12 to go with the clock running, first down for the Wildcats on the 40-yard line.
Makai made a very athletic play last week in the scrimmage. He made a one-handed grab, but, man, he jumped up. I mean, I wish I could have measured how high he jumped up. Here we go. Trips to the right of Brawley. It looks like a bunch set, but it's not. Single back is Moreno. What is going on here? Timeout.
As we look at the flank officials come in to relay the message.
Illegal procedure on the Wildcats.
On the Wildcats, we will have an illegal procedure. Once again, our white hat for tonight is Mr. J.J. Jackson. In the middle is
John Robb.
John Robb. And the
So-
field judge. Last night I had him in Paulo Verde. That is
That's South.
McLaughlin. That's McLaughlin at the back judge right now.
Sean.
Sean McLaughlin. Ooh, quick
Nice,
play. That
nice
was-
slant to Platt, but a great play by that safety, I believe.
Okay.
Let's
Ryan,
get that number 1 there for. That's Jake Prince. Jake Prince is a senior.
Let's talk about
Great
this,
play.
Ron. That penalty, that 5-yard illegal procedure against the Wildcats right now. How much did that hurt them right now with this play just being completed right now?
Well, instead of a 2nd down and 9, you're looking at maybe what, 2nd down and 4.
Yeah.
So that, like the old adage is football's a game of inches. You have to earn every yard. But let's see what the Wildcats have. 2nd down and 9. Still in good field position. Still in very good. Look at this defense. That's what we haven't seen much is the option by the Wildcats, and he's brought down by.
Well,
I want to get that number of that defensive lineman because these kids never get that much credit. That's number 77. I don't have him on my roster, but also in there was number 21, I believe.
I got 75. Is that what it is, Ron?
I thought
Is there a 75 on there?
there's a Bailey Vu, but there's a couple. I talked to the coaches from Scripps Ranch. The rosters weren't totally complete, so forgive us if we didn't call your boy's number out there. But here we go. 3rd down. Instead of 3rd down, I don't see the yard mark. Yeah, 3rd down and 11. They lost a yard on that.
We'd like to welcome the Script French fan base that stayed home to watch the game. Welcome to VSN, Valley Sports Network.
Gutierrez looking. Gutierrez has plenty of time. He steps up. He's going to step up. He's going to run, takes off, and he's going to be brought down by
Whoa, that was just good.
number 32. He stayed at home. That's Ryan Stoddard. Stoddard's a
Sophomore.
linebacker, sophomore, and that's staying at home.
Yeah.
He didn't bite, and to tackle a kid like Gutierrez like that, man.
Hey, last year we used to see Gutierrez just make a little juke and be able to get 5, 10, 15 yards out of that.
A little head and shoulder fake, dip in and dip out. Well, here we go, 4th down. This is the 2nd punt of the night for Carranza. Carranza standing at his 26-yard line.
And if there's one thing the Wildcats have is a great punting game in Tanner Carranza.
Tanner Carranza, let's see what he could do. Back to receive at his 25. I'll get his number. Carranza with the kick. A little bit more like he did last year. It's a high kick. It's going to take a bounce. And he nice. Yeah, who's
Mark,
that?
was
Tweety
a smart
Corrales.
play. Hey, just a smart play by him. And, that guy, the ball bounced. He picked it up.
Yeah, why
Could've
not?
went- Yeah, good job. Way to stay out there.
It wasn't one of those crazy bounces where the ball, you don't know what end's going to go, but Alex Arrieta with a good play there. Arrieta has 2 touchdown passes, if I'm not touchdowns for so far tonight.
Letterman's and Bros, for all your Letterman jacket needs, serving Yuma and Imperial Valley, give Daniel a call at 760-693-5034. That's Letterman's and Bros. And while we're at it, you might as well stop by Top Notch Barber and say hello to Big Chris, located at 317 Wake Avenue in El Centro, for a one-of-a-kind haircut.
Big Chris has his boy playing ball somewhere. Jeremiah Naylor got a
Yeah.
scholarship, so good luck to Jeremiah. Hope things are going well. They just had a baby, so congratulations to Amanda and Chris.
2 weeks old today.
7:48 remaining, 2nd quarter. Double receivers, 2 receivers to the left of Leatherwood. There's that swing. Is he looking for that swing? But nice sit-down route by number 15. Tackled by, let's see who's that, trying to strip that ball. That looks like Matt Gutierrez. You have Matt Gutierrez on there. You have Torres on there on the tackle, but not until they gain enough for a 1st down. Hey, nice route. The kid sat down. That's number 15, Stephen Busquet. He sat down, saw where nobody's at. You sit down. It's not a go where you keep going. That's that passing game of Scripps Ranch. That's something you work on. You have to work on that day in, day out.
Question, Ron, are they giving Leatherwood a little too much time in that
It
backfield?
looks like, but you know what, Will? It's kind of hard tackling a tall kid like that. I mean, you got to get some kind of pressure. Let's see if the Wildcats put some pressure on him. But right now, at a 13-13 tie with 7:09 remaining, here's the give up to the middle. They're not getting anything too much on the run game. That looks like number 22 again. That's Nguyen.
Brought down by number 66. That's Alex Castillo of the Wildcats.
Nice to see Castile out there. Good. Castile is a junior.
These are some of these kids.
That's
Ron,
a new guy. That's a new guy. Was a JV star last year, and good to see him out there. I want to get that other number. Let's see who that nose guard. Folks, up here at our vantage point, you really can't see numbers. Sometimes at the angle you're at, you can't see them until they turn around. So we will try to get the numbers out there. Let's tell you some of the defenders out there for the Wildcats. So here we go. I don't understand it. It's not. They don't motion into the set. It just seems like they try to deceive the offense, defense. Here's Leatherwood with a whole bunch of time, throws, and it's an incomplete pass intended for Markel Martin, and that was Daniel Camilo on the coverage. But he had a whole lot of time, but nobody open. So good coverage.
Exactly. Whole lot of time with great coverage there by Daniel Camilo with 6:14 to go till the halftime.
13-13 tie. The ball's at the 40-yard line. They're looking. Oh, I'm sorry. The ball is at the, let's say, the 34-yard line.
And we're getting an update right now. I believe it's the fourth quarter now at Mount Carmel, where we're looking at 44-12. 41-12. The Central Spartans on a roll right there, on a mission, Ron, if you would say.
That's a good job for the Central Spartans to open up on the road, and you know, Mount Carmel, not an easy opponent. So here's Leatherwood. Leatherwood's looking. He has time. He's being chased. And is he going to be brought down? He sure is. By who? Matthew Moreno, number 23. A good sack. And Leatherwood took a hit. He's a little bit wobbly as he's coming off. May have landed. He may have landed on his arm. He landed. Hey, sometimes when you land on a football, my God, you think your life's going to end.
Let me tell you, they are going to take a look at Leather. And you know what, Ron? I hope he's okay. I want him to come back, and so do the Brawley Wildcats. They want to play Scripps Ranch at their best right there. And, you know, as a stud that he is out here, we will probably see him back out here.
It's just the way he may have landed on the football. Who knows? We had replay. And there's going to be a flag. I don't know on who. There's a illegal procedure on Scripps Ranch. 5:41 remaining in the second quarter. As we said, it's a 13-13 tie. Now they're going to back up. Ariado standing 1 yard inside his goal line, inside his end zone. Deep to receive is Daniel Camilo. He's standing at the 45. Good snap. Decent kick. It's high. Camilo Fair catches it at the 41-yard line. So with that catch, not letting it bounce. Great job by Camilo to fair catch it at the 41. Brawley, with 5:36 remaining, will set up their drive at the 41-yard line of the Scripps Ranch Falcons. Make it the 42-yard line. So here comes Gutierrez, 5:36 remaining. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. And this is kind of a non-traditional Friday night opening season game. The Wildcats aren't even in school yet. So it's good to see that the student body's here, fans are here from Brawley. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Scripps Ranch 42-yard line. Trips to the right, middle of the field. Carranza is the back in the backfield.
5:36 to go. And I'm trying to look on the sidelines right now.
To give us to Carranza up the middle. He finds a little crease up to the right side. So the Wildcats gain maybe 3 yards on that play. 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 39.
And let's go back to Leatherwood. Ron, you're exactly right. If you happen to fall and that ball's underneath you, you feel like, whoa, hang on.
My Lord.
Hold on, Nelly. You know, it's hard enough to catch your breath out here right now. Then you land on that ball, get the breath knocked out of you.
It just seems like, I don't know. I can't describe it, but I've had it happen many a times. Here we go. Trips to the right. 5 minutes remaining. Gutierrez looking. He shoots it out quick, too. Makai Washington off his hands at the 35-yard line. Would have been a good gain off the hands. Now we have 4:44 remaining. The Wildcats starting offensive line is led by Porras, he's our center. Brian Porras. Brian Porras is the center. The guards are Isaiah Gomez, David Martinez. The tackles, Julius Diaz and Ronnie Rosales. These guys are doing a good job tonight, opening up some holes for the running back and giving Gutierrez ample time to make a completion. Here we go. We have 3rd down and 7. 4:44 remaining. Porras, number 452. Had a little bit of problem with his knee. Had some knee problems, I think, last season. Came back. He's back there. Good to see him. He's a senior. Wish all the best of luck to Brian Porras this season. Gutierrez looking. Gutierrez has time. He's going to roll to his left, still looking. Being rushed. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds, and he may lose a yard.
So, Ron, looking at 4th down right now.
4th down, man. 4th down and
Jesus.
11, maybe.
I mean, and Scripps Ranch, you know that they can score from anywhere around the field.
For
so,
sure.
And with Carranza punting, is it well, I don't know. We'll
Oh,
have to wait.
they're. Let's see what he.
Let's see what Coach Self
Now,
wants
does
to
Coach
do.
Self have a fake punt up his sleeve?
I don't know. He's talking to Carranza. Is that Carranza right there?
That's 40. That's 142. Tanner Carranza.
Oh, you know what it might have been? Where he wants me to kick him. He wants me to cough
there
and
you
kick
go.
it. Yeah, kick it, cough and kick that ball. Just keep it out of the hands of the Scripps Ranch receiver back there.
Carranza from his 45. Nice
Yeah.
punt. Will it roll into the end zone? Nice Brawley bounce all the way inside the 10-yard line, fielded by Makai Washington. So Carranza does what the punter's supposed to do. Buries him inside the 10
Yep.
at the 9. So with 4:31 remaining, we still have a deadlock tie. Brawley 13, Scripps Ranch 13.
Like to give a big old hello to all the girls at Hart Insurance. Liz Gonzalez and the girls are looking forward to their new location. We will be announcing that soon, but I can tell you one thing. I can give you a hint. It's located on K Street and Highway 86, the icon location where the 7-Eleven was at. So Liz Gonzalez had a conversation with her this week. She's positive.
Nice.
She's in a good mood. All the girls are happy. They're excited about the move. It's getting revamped. And congratulations. It's good to see people like that support VSN, support the rest of the community, and good things happening on the business side of it. So, Liz Gonzalez, we thank you, all of us down here at VSN.
Good job. 4:31 remaining. And guess what? Leatherwood is not in the backfield.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a game changer, Ron.
And that is number 14 with the rollout. Dumps it off to number 45. 45.
And when
That is Matthew Riggenbach, so 14. So now, Alex Arriado, who's caught 2 touchdown passes tonight, is now their quarterback. So is it a cautionary
it could be.
thing,
It could be,
letting
Ron.
him rest?
But
Or, who knows? I'm trying to look over the sideline to see if I see Leatherwood without a helmet on, or is he standing? Not too sure. So we'll try to find out what's going on. 4:24 remaining. Nice pass to set up Arriado so he could get his feet wet. Nice little swing out. 1st and 10. Now they're out of the hole. They're at the 23-yard line. Maybe they have to shrink the playbook now. You don't have all these options with an experienced quarterback. Now you got your backup in there. Is their play call? And here we go, rush, and now the Wildcats are going after him, man.
whoa. I mean, that's
That is-
a smart thing to do. Look, Ron, you put in that backup quarterback, put the
Go
pressure
get
on him,
him.
make him throw the ball up in the air, where you're used to seeing Leatherwood just standing back there
Yes.
and tearing them apart. Now put a little bit of pressure. What grade is the quarterback in at right now?
Number 14, he's a junior, and that was Mario Casares on the sack, and some
Well-
other Wildcats were in there as well. So Mario, from his linebacker position, they must have sent him, putting pressure on him now, all the way back, a loss of, I'm going to say 8 yards.
Yeah, 3:24, 3:23, the clock moving. The Wildcats might want to use the timeout after this play, stop the clock, get the ball in good field position, Ron.
Second
But-
down and 19, yes, sir. That would be the ideal situation. Ariel's looking, he throws a slant, and
And
no
look-
knock on the
yeah.
quarterback, but man, those
But guess what just happened, Ron? With 3:08 to go, he threw an incomplete pass.
Stops the clock.
Stops the clock, and it helps Coach Self and his Wildcats
Save the timeout.
Save a timeout and being able to use them and putting them in a punting situation. That's a long ways to go. 3rd and 20, you're going into the game. You don't expect, but you always wonder when you're going to go in because with that great stud of Leatherwood, if anything happens to him, a backup quarterback run always has to be ready because you're one play away from going into that game. And look what he has to follow. Jax
Leatherwood.
Jax Leatherwood. I mean, Jesus.
You don't plan it, and here's a safe give. up the middle. Maybe a gain of 3. So 4th down and 16. The Wildcats looking pretty with 2:59 remaining.
Interesting, Ron. This is very interesting. If we have the timeouts on the field, I believe
They
the
balled.
Wildcats-
All of them.
yeah.
All of them have their timeouts, but it looks like the Wildcats called their first timeout of the game with 2:51 remaining. Brawley definitely trying to set up a good return.
And while we got a little break in action, I'd like to say Town Pump for the best steaks in Imperial Valley, located in Westmoreland. Go down and visit Juanita and Gabriel Rebelar and try the best steaks in Imperial Valley. Town Pump. Also, Johnny's Burritos, located in Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial. One of the icons of Imperial Valley, Johnny's Burritos with them large family-sized cheese and fries and the sweet secret sauce tea there, Ronnie. You can't go wrong with Johnny's Burritos. Like I said, located in Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial. So, Ron, with this timeout right here, Coach Self has been in this situation with the score tied 13-13 going into halftime with a backup quarterback that the Scripps Ranch are looking at right now. This could be a momentum changer right here.
It is, you know, what does it do to the whole Scripps Ranch team? Your leader goes out. You're on the road. You're in a 13-13 tie. You know, you're the defending state champs, man. How do you bounce back from that? We'll see. So now that looks like number 14, Alex Arteaga, the backup quarterback, who's now the quarterback. He's standing at his 1-yard line. Camilo, 2 guys deep. It looks like, I'm not sure who's on top of that.
Put the old
Good
picket
snap.
fence up.
Looks like that was Gilbert Corrales. Camilo, again, muffs the ball again, looking a little bit, probably running with the ball before he had to hold the ball. But guess what? 48-yard line. That's great field position at their own 48. 2:45 remaining. You have 2 timeouts. Plenty of opportunities for the Wildcats right now. So let's see what kind of defense they dial up. You take a look at some of the Scripps Ranch kids. Some of them got their hands over their head, keeling over just a little bit. Can the bugginess be catching up to them? Who knows? We'll see with 2:45 remaining in the second quarter.
Ron, I just want to mention something. Ernie Ramos has reported Jax Leatherwood has shoulder pads off on the sideline.
Oh, my goodness. Well, so first play of the game, first game of the season. Now check out this defense. Is that a goal line defense? The give is to Moreno. Moreno bounces it off to the left, big hole. He gets 10 yards for a first down.
That's exactly.
So now, maybe short, give him 9 yards.
2:33 to 2:31, and the clock ticking till halftime. Plenty of time for these Wildcats right here.
So the Wildcats now have a second down and, let's say, long 2.
Let's not forget Turner Trucking, located in between Brawley and El Centro. For all your lowboy needs, you give Brady a call at 760-455-0002. Back to the Wildcats, Ron.
Gutierrez under center this time. The snap. Looks like he rolls off to his left. He's looking, no option, so somebody wasn't there.
And that,
He looked like there was a back that wasn't lined up correctly or did not go option. So Gutierrez was in no man's land. He had to just take a dive, take a seat. So that remaining, with 1:54 remaining, we have now a 3rd down and 6.
Will Torres, Ron Rubio will be back with 1:50 to go till into the quarter after these messages from our sponsors.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Welcome back, everybody. Like we said, with 154 to go in the half. Joining us up here, which will also be with us during halftime, is Billy Brewer, athletic director down here in Brawley. And Billy, we got a ball game out here.
Absolutely, kids are playing hard, and we're starting to pick it up a little bit. We started slow, but they're coming on. They're hitting out there, and they're being aggressive and being physical. It's helping.
So the hit by Moreno has put Leatherwood on the sidelines with his shoulder pads off. So we don't know the extent of his injury. Here's Gutierrez. He looks, and the ball is batted down. My God, he almost gobbled it up with a block and an interception. So Gutierrez goes down. We're now looking at a 4th down and 6, 4th and 5.
Now,
Wildcats going to punt? Looks like they are. So Carranza will step in to punt with 1:51 remaining. It was a quick 3-and-out, Will.
yeah, the only thing is where the offense might have taken a step back, Ronnie, that defense is still all out, firing on all cylinders.
They have to, when a 13-13 tie, Carranza will be standing at his 36-yard line, deep to receive. I'm going to try to get his number. High snap, Carranza brings it down, and it's blocked. It's blocked, but it takes a roll for Brawley. Thank God it takes a roll up to maybe the 36-yard line of Scripps Ranch. So maybe a 14-yard punt off the block. So that's positive.
Yeah, that's a little bit positive, but, it was a little high snap for Carranza to get on there. Driscoll's, located in El Centro at 1470 State Street, where you can get all your surf, skate, embroidery, and silk skinning done. Also, the only place where you can find some Radfin material, brand new brand by Dustin Driscoll, hitting the fishing world out there. Congratulations to that Radfin brand. That's Driscoll's, located in El Centro. Ron, 2 timeouts left by Scripps Ranch. They still got a ways to go, Ron. I mean, you're talking, what do you got, 65 yards to go, 64?
And also another thing, too, how many reps do you think this kid, number 14, Arreola, has gotten during the weeks, and how much, and that's another thing, like how many reps has he got? How many plays does he know? How many plays do you feel comfortable giving to him? Empty backfield, I would say plenty.
People moving around, you got 2 men in motion. They're all going to have to stop before that ball is
And
snapped.
it's got a timeout. So a little bit of confusion on the play call.
And that's going to happen with that new quarterback right here. So why they call their second timeout, Will Torres, Ron Rubio, and Billy Brewer will be right back after these messages.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Welcome back, everybody, with 1:44 to go to halftime. Score tied at 13-13. I'm Will Torres, partner since day one, Ron Rubio. Halftime guest up here, Mr. Billy Brewer, AD for athletic departments at Brawley Union High School.
1:48 remaining in the second quarter.
So, Ron, a little bit of mix-up, get some things in order. Now, is it one of those situations, 65 yards to go, do you play it safe, go in at halftime and regroup, Ron?
That's a tough, it's a tough call. I say not. If you're going empty and you're trying to run that tunnel, a little bit intended for number, that 85?
25, Ron, 25. Intended for number 25 of the Scripps Ranch Falcons.
That's Gardenera, Noah Gardenera. So you're going to, I'm pretty sure the kid knows a handful of the basic plays. But like I said, if you're still going empty, that's a pretty good deal. And they're going empty right now. So you don't have a running back in the backfield. What do you think the play is going to be? It's going to be a pass, I'm sorry. 1:44 remaining, second down and 10. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to dial up some pressure. They do. He sits down, and a nice defensive play there by. That was Tweety Corrales, Gilbert Tweety Corrales with the knockdown. Pass was intended for number 45. That is Matthew Riggenbach. Third down and 10. 1:41 remaining. Wildcats have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, check it
so
out.
you get a stop here.
Yeah. And it depends. Look, that's 2 incomplete passes right there, Ron. And they're not doing themselves no favors by stopping that clock right there. They're giving the Wildcats that opportunity to get the ball back and, apply a little bit of pressure on that punt team right there. And you never know what can happen. I mean, the Scripps Ranch Falcons were able to block a punt from the Wildcats, but weren't able to do anything with it. Let's see what the Wildcats can do right here. Where you're looking at 3rd and 10 right here with 1:41 to go until the half.
When you're a pass-first offense, you're not going to die. You're not going to resort to the run game. So they're showing that right now. Will they run it now? And here we go. It's a snap right off the hands of number 14. He's rolling to his left, and he's going to be brought down by. Can't get a number out there. So anyhow, the great play by the Wildcats defense stops the clock. 1:33 remaining. Now, does he knock? No. Now they're winding it up. He was not knocked out of bounds. 1:30 remaining. 2 timeouts left. Will the Wildcats be happy with the 13-13 tie?
I don't think they're really happy. No, because
Or will they content? Let's say that. Will they be content with that?
Well, let's see what happens after this punt. But let me just throw out there right now, in that Mount Carmel Central Spartan game, the score is 48-20 in the 4th quarter. We don't have the exact time on that yet, but Central Spartan's way good leading that game.
So kind of a high snap. It's being brought down. Decent kick, and that's Camilo. Camilo muffs it.
And he was able to get it, though, Ron.
Gets it back. So now we have with 58 seconds, the Wildcats with great field position. Wildcats now, still even with the muff, 46-yard line. 58 seconds, 2 timeouts. You have a kid with an arm. Let's see what the Wildcats could do with this opportunity.
Well, look, John Self didn't hold back at the end of that scrimmage last week when, even though he was leading, that score didn't count. So, I don't think he's going to hold back right now.
No, I agree with you.
So here we go. The down's 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Again, good field position, 58 seconds. You're halfway there. Let's see what the Wildcats can do. Single back, 2 receivers on both sides. Gutierrez, straight drop back, steps up, shoots it out to the outside. Open is
He's one tackle away, Ron. One tackle away.
Brandon Porras with a good grab. Porras had that long, I'm going to say, I think it was a close to 78-yard touchdown. Pitch and catch and a run.
Did he get out of bounds, Ron? I didn't finish that.
Yes, he did. He got out of bounds. 52 seconds remaining. They wait for the. So when do they run that clock? Well, once the ball snap or once the change is set?
No. If it's out of bounds, they started on the snap,
Got
Ron.
you.
Hey, Ron, kicking game. Billy, kicking game, how's it looking for the Wildcats?
No, I think we got a good athlete. Yeah, I think Urbano's a pretty good kicker. Yeah, he's got a leg.
He has a leg. He see him out there during the practice field, and he's nailing things, man. And for a first-year kicker, let's see what he can do. So let's see what Gutierrez and the Wildcats can do. Gutierrez steps up. He's looking to his left. He throws into traffic, and it's picked off by Jake Prince. Prince to the 30. Prince to the 40. He's going to be tackled. So that's kind of like a punt, but you're giving him 41 seconds.
Giving him 41 seconds with the backup quarterback. Not a bad call at all. You got to get that ball, put him in position for a field goal attempt, especially with 41 seconds to go. Practice that, going to the game with the 3-point lead. But I'm not going to say he's happy, but I can probably say going in at halftime, content, 13-0 against the top quality Division IIA state champ Scripps Ranch Falcons.
If you would have said to a bunch of people in Brawley, hey, you're going to go in tie 13-13.
They wouldn't have believed you.
They would have.
Yeah.
One of their eyes would have closed, it seemed like. But here we go, 13-13, 41 seconds remaining. And like I said, when you go empty on a young man that hasn't been your quarterback, hey, what does that tell the defense? It's not a run because there's nobody to give the ball to. He throws it up the middle, and he was open. Pass intended for number 25. That looks like Gardner. So he was there, overshot him.
Now, he's a junior. Alex Ariondo's a junior.
Ariondo. He's a junior quarterback, wide receiver, and he also punts. So the kid he's an athletic kid.
He's an athlete, yes.
He's an athletic kid. If you're going to be a backup quarterback, you're going to punt the ball.
With 35 seconds to go, one thing that hasn't been utilized that much, or I've missed it, in the second quarter, Ron, is number 85. That ball caught, from that tight end position.
Ethan Roche, he's,
getting behind the linebackers or out in the flat area right there. They kind of went away from that, which was working very well in that first quarter.
Again, if you just tuned in, Jax Leatherwood went out after being sacked by Matthew Moreno. Quarterback is out. They're now in with Ariando's looking. He has time. He's going to step up. He rolls to his left, being chased by Matthew Gutierrez. And Gutierrez with an ankle tackle brings him down. Good hustle, quickness by Matthew Gutierrez for a loss.
That's 3 sacks for the Brawley Wildcats right there. Something that was unheard of last year. 20 seconds, and it looks, unless the Wildcats call a timeout, the Scripps Ranch is just going to say, hey, guys, let's go in at halftime. Let's go regroup, and let's get our offense going, guys, because the defense is doing a good job for the Scripps Ranch Falcons.
So that being said, the Wildcats will walk up, and that's going to do it. So at the end of the second quarter, end of the first half, we have the Brawley Wildcats 13, Scripps Ranch Falcons 13.
Will Torres, Ron Rubio, Joaquin Matus, Billy Brewer will be right back after messages from our sponsors.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
welcome back, everybody, as we're looking at a great first half of football. Score tied 13-13. Ron, go a little bit over the first half, and then I'll have some questions for Billy here.
Well, what we saw in the first half with two teams coming out, first game, no jitters involved. Scripps Ranch ran it down in the first series. Brawley recouped, came back, scored. And, they're led by their quarterbacks. Both teams are, let's don't hold any punches. Both teams are led by their quarterbacks. So they're going to go as far as their quarterbacks go. Both quarterbacks kind of had I would say, an even match. Leatherwood going out, Gutierrez staying in. Now let's see what defense shuts down and which quarterback steps up. So that's where we stand at 13-13 tie.
And when we're talking about the Scripps Ranch and the top-notch quality that Brawley has, and also at Scripps Ranch has, Billy, that's one of the questions that come up. What has been the thought behind playing top teams like this? It's happening more and more. Central's doing it, Brawley's doing it, and what's happening for instance, it's a good situation to have. It's hard to cover all these good games, Billy.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you first for doing the Brawley game tonight. We really appreciate that here at BUHS. But at the end of the day, we want to get better. Right. And winning 30-40 doesn't make anybody better. It makes parents happy, I'm sure, but it doesn't make us a better football team. We gave $1,000 tonight for transportation for them to come down. Nobody wants to come down other than Valley Center in the middle of August. So I appreciate them stepping up to the plate and coming down, and they knew they were going to come into a harsh environment, and our kids have played tough tonight, and that's a great coaching staff, and we have our hands full the second half.
Now, you're talking Division I. You're talking CIF champs. You're talking 2A state champs, and you're also going to pay for the ride to come up here, Billy. So that just goes to show, starting with Simon Canales, Jesse, Greg Smith, yourself, this whole Brawley Union High School wants to play those top-tier teams.
Absolutely. We scheduled 3 tough weeks in a row. And we just think at the end of the year, we get into our league season, especially when we get into that bell game, we have gone through it. We have gone through the war at that point on both sides of the ball, our linemen. And if we can keep everybody healthy, we really believe we can finish this year.
And Ron, that's key because let's just I'm not going to say be realistic because we never know what can happen because everybody is one injury away. But it mostly is going to come down, even if Imperial does come into the picture, the Bell game is going to decide who is going to be the league champ. And not only that, the Bell champ, but also the highest seeding when it comes into CIF playoffs.
Well, just like Billy said on your first question, why schedule a tough non-conference? Why? Because of what they do at the end of the season. You can wipe out teams 40-0, 35-0, and what good does that do you when you don't get the ranking or the seed you believe you deserve? The way you get it, playing a tough non-league schedule, winning your league. If that's a great asset to have there. Then the committee looks at how did you compete against these top teams. Right now, this is the outcome you want to see here, and what we've just seen in Central do against Mount Carmel. So who cares if you go 7-3, 6-4? You want it. The season doesn't dictate. If you get to the playoffs, what do you do? It's a whole new season in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's very true. So, and it has been proven before. It doesn't even matter if you lose that Bell game or you go in as a lower seed as a winner of that Bell game, because it has been proven by both El Centro and Brawley that you can still go on to the CIF playoffs and go deep. Both of them went into the semifinals and just it doesn't end there. And as much as a lot of people in Brawley, us included, that Bell game is very important to us. There is still light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to the CIF playoffs, Billy.
Well, that's a tough one. That Bell game is close to our heart. And I don't want to kid anybody on that. It's tough to pick up the pieces after that. But our kids over the last couple of years, prior to this last season, really showed some heart and came back for that second part of the season. And they really thought they could match up with Central there in the playoffs a couple times. And I think that was a driving force. So the Bell game means a lot. But at the end of the day, again, it's a credit to Central High School. We're all trying to get there at the end, and I just think it makes all of us, including our league, better by playing teams like this.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Billy, this could actually turn into a podcast because we could talk about this for a long time. And congratulations, speaking of podcasts, congratulations to Big BJ, Jalen Fong, and Joaquin Matus on the podcast. You'll be hearing more from us, and we hope you tune in. We'll pass it out. The next one will be coming out on Tuesday at 7:30. Billy, we'll be seeing a lot of each other. We'll be here. VSN North will be here next week also when the Brawley Wildcats host I know Uni's
Valley Center.
Valley Center will come down, and you talk about history on that one when you talk about Valley Center, Billy.
Well, Coach Gilster's he's a heck of a guy, and he doesn't mind playing both Imperial and ourselves. Comes down in the middle of the summer, and again, I just think that builds some fight in his kids. He's got a reputation for doing that. But at the end of the day, you know, we want to make a name for ourselves in our division. Division 2 this year. Doesn't matter what division, whether it's 3 or 2. You know, I mean, again, we don't have any problem moving up. We want to be better, and we want to face some of these big schools, and it's better to do it. And if we can get them down here in the desert the first couple weeks, then I don't care about paying $1,000, nor does the school. We'll do what we have to do. We feel like we can make it up down here.
That's right.
And if I can let the people know, it wasn't easy scheduling games either, right, Billy? I mean, look, these are some of the things you had to do, but not a lot of people wanted to, hey, we know what you guys got. You're senior heavy or whatever the reason was. It wasn't always easy scheduling games.
Well, we had St. Augustine coming down for a while,
right,
but they were trying to get out of a contract with the top Mater Dei side out of Orange County, and they didn't let them out of a contract, long story short, so that knocked them out. And, you know, Scripps Ranch, I don't believe, was thrilled about coming down here, but they needed a game. It's the same thing that happened to us with Mater Dei last year, and we want to step up to the plate and play. And I really believe that second half of that game and that Mater Dei game last year propelled us through the rest of the season. So, again, it's all about staying healthy. If we can stay healthy, I believe we can get there at the end.
Good. Well, from Ron and I and then the rest of the VSN crew, we appreciate everything you do and continue the success you're doing. I'm a big fan of that. You know, Billy, I'm a big fan of playing that top-notch school, but you know, I, as Joe Public, don't always know what the program consists of, because there's going to be years that are going to be lean years. Now, fortunately, that hasn't happened to you in the last couple of years, and that's credit to you and the coaching staff and the whole administration. But good things have been looking out in the future.
No, I appreciate that. That credit goes to the coaching staff more than me. But thank you. You know, I mean, these 3 games that we're playing right here, we're going up next year. So, you know, you're going to go into the fire either way, and we know that. And hey, I appreciate Scripps Ranch. I know they're listening right now, and I appreciate them coming down on August 19th of all days. So,
no, that's true.
Appreciate you guys.
From Will Torres, Ron Rubio, Billy Brewer, we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today 760-337-8600.
Welcome back, everybody, with the score here, 13-3. And if you look on your screen right now, that is Jake Leatherwood. We are really hoping and praying that there is no serious injury. It looks pretty good. There's no medical staff around him. And, of course, we're not doctors up here. So, no, we want that kid playing. The kid is a stud. We want him out there for next week. Hope he's just taking it easy. And it's good to see him walking around. Like we said, there's no staff around him. He'll be okay. The guy's just a player, man. The guy's a stud. So let me catch up a little bit on scores before I go to Ron Rubio here. 13-7, Hopeville is now leading Southwest Eagles at halftime in Hopeville. And also 48-20 is the score at Mount Carmel, where the Central Spartans routed, and I will use that word, routed, the Mount Carmel Sun Devils. Congratulations to Rookie Peña, the El Centro community, and the rest of the Central Spartans. Congratulations. Tough game. They're sending a missile. They're firing some warning shots there, Ron.
Great opening win for the Spartans, especially on the road against a big football program there in Mount Carmel. 48-20, nothing to sneeze about. We don't know the details of it, but a good win, opening win. And, you know, as you said earlier, you know, the Valley Schools, look at what Brawley scored. It's 13-13 at halftime. Defending state 2A champ. Big win, and Brawley takes it. And up to this point, competing very well against a, you know, standing D2 champion, state champion.
Now, Ron, one thing is, I did like what Billy Brewer had to say about playing up in not only division, but playing up on the teams that they challenged on the football field, Ron.
Well, you know, that's a whole deal. Like, you know, and it does make a lot of sense. What happens when you schedule, maybe say a softer schedule, and he alluded to when you're winning 47-0, 42-0, what happens? Your starters come out of the game. And it's a good thing your bench players get to play and everything, but you play half a game. You play half a game against a subpar opponent, but then when you're challenging somebody tough like this, it ups your ball game. So here we go. We're going to line up now, and let's see what the last 24 minutes of this ball game does for Nathan Urbano. Set to kick, deep to receive 4. And Scripps Ranch will be number 4. I know Markel Martin's one of them. I can't get the other kid's number here. So now the catch about this second half, and here's the kick. That's number 7. That is Brandon Burns. Burns to the 20, 25. He finds an alley. He's going to bust to the 40. Can he get by Urbano? No, he can't. Urbano, athletic enough, soccer player, now kicker for the football team. Stops him. Touchdown saving tackle right there by Nathan Urbano.
And a kicker on top of that.
At the 49-yard line. Hey, let me tell you something about that Urbano kid. I haven't seen him play soccer, but I have seen him run track. And the kid has it, man. He doesn't make that tackle. You're looking at a 20-13 ball game right now. So Urbano, and again, Scripps Ranch losing their star quarterback, first-string quarterback. This is an ideal situation, starting at your opponent's 48-yard line.
Yeah,
and that's where they start at.
Put a little bit of confidence under the backup quarterback for the Scripps Ranch.
So let's see what kind of playbook they have for Arialdo. Arialdo, look, he's going to shoot it out to the right. And that ball doesn't have too much zip, meaning it doesn't get there. Intended for number 85. That's Ethan Roche. So when the ball floats out there like that, it's not on a rope like Leatherwood does. Your defenders have more time to make a play, just as we saw right there.
Well, could that be a little conservative play calling there, Ron?
No, that's a staple play of theirs. It's that little tunnel route, just hit it, boom. And yeah, you want to get this kid on a rhythm. Hey, let's give him something to complete.
Like
easy.
A little short passes
just
to the flat.
Get some confidence. Boom, I completed that. Hey, let's go a little bit further now. Let's go low to high, meaning you're looking at your low receivers, medium, maybe high later on. Wildcats now, what does John Self do defensively now? Does he pin his ears back and let him have it? Or what? But as we said, another thing about Scripps Ranch, here's a run. And I was just going to allude to that, and that may be Nguyen. Nguyen is too, and it sure is. Nguyen takes it up for a gain of maybe 5-6 yards. We'll give him 6 on that. Let's go 3rd down and 4. Ball's inside the Wildcat 44-yard line. So that's the thing. Well, what are you going to do? Shrink the playbook? And here's the deal. If you're going to stay with your passing offense, your theory, just throw first, run second, then you have to give confidence to this kid. Air it out.
Mario Carrazas, Ron, talk to me a little bit about number 32 playing that middle linebacker position.
Mario Casares has been playing his butt off for 3 years. Here's the give to Nguyen. Nguyen's trying to the right, and we're going to have a penalty on the sideline there. So Nguyen maybe got 2 yards on the play, tripped up. Casares just been a leader out there. Quiet guy, quiet kid out on the field, but guess what? Steady ball player.
Looks like we're going to have, looks like it's going to be against the Scripps Ranch. This is an interesting situation when you have a holding call against the Falcons. Do you want to make it a 4th down there, Ron? And that would make it 4th and about 7? Yeah, it looks like they're going to decline it. Yeah.
Decline, interesting.
Yeah, that's a...
So now that makes it, 3rd down, right? Instead of a 2nd. No, it's
Negative,
4th down.
fourth down.
4th down.
Yeah, that's why it was interesting. Yeah.
Look, you're going to say, okay, 4th down, are you going to go for it and not punt? And their punt game hasn't been very,
well,
they had a high snap. Yeah. They had a high snap. The snaps haven't been crisp, just secure snaps. Let's put it that way. Standing at his own 40-yard line is Arialdo. Arialdo catches it. Good punt. Punt off the right side of his foot. Wildcats now, no return on the play. Covered there by number 4. That's Markel Martin. So the Wildcats will find themselves starting their first possession at the 15-yard line.
And while we get a little break right here, Driscoll's for your surf, skate, embroidery, and silk screening, where you can also find Radfin merchandise located at 1470 State Street, El Centro. Alongside street there. Burgers and Beer for the best burgers in town. That's also located in El Centro, 260 North Imperial Avenue. Great atmosphere there, Ron. Love going down there. Have a couple of burgers. Enjoy the atmosphere there.
I'd like to see a VSM picture there, at Burgers and Beer. I really would.
We're going to have to talk to old Johnny Moe about
Let's
that.
talk about that. Okay, here we go. First down at the 15-yard line for the Wildcats. Gutierrez under center. They give us to Carranza. Carranza up the middle. Carranza all the way up. 5-yard gain to the 20. 2nd down and 5. So let's see what the theory is. What's the approach now? You have a hurt star quarterback on the other end, on the other side of the field. Do you resort to your run game, run out the clock, or, take time off the clock and just drive it down if you're able to?
Well, as you know, Ron, John Self is a master of game management when it comes to these type of situations.
So here we go, 10:52 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Gutierrez again under center. The give is 2. No, it's a pitch. Pitch out nice, and that will be Moreno. Moreno's going to fall forward. He'll be short by 2 yards, up to maybe, let's say, the 23-yard line.
I think Camilo was gesturing to him, you got to get outside of me. You got to get outside of me.
Read your blocks a little better. I didn't see that, but on option, when you're that pitch back, once you get that pitch, the defense is already flowing to you because they're flowing after that quarterback. And, man, as soon as you get that pitch, your decision-making it's split second.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Ron.
Because-
it's so easy from
yeah.
up here to say he should have did this. But listen, that ball, first job is to get that ball, and that's hard enough right there because you don't know when they're going to pitch it. And it's just a timing thing, get outside. Good job by the youngster Moreno.
3rd down and 2. Wildcats in shotgun formation. Carranza's back. The Falcons are showing blitz on the outside. They're still in that stand-up defense. They give us to Moreno. No, that's Carranza. Carranza fights his way to the 30, and that's a good tough run by Carranza. And there's just something about that stand-up defense when your defense is in a standing position, sprinter start. I call that a sprinter's starting. Their knees are bent. They're coming forward. It seems like you could get blocks easier on a kid like that standing up.
Now, Ron, with Leatherwood being out, seems to me that Self knows that if he controls this ball game, controls the tempo, and scores on these guys, they're going to be able to stop Scripps Ranch offense.
Can one touchdown be the game winner? Can a touchdown, one touchdown lead? And it was batted down and caught by Gutierrez. Gutierrez is trying to roll out to his left, and Gutierrez will be knocked out at the 5-yard line. So what could have been just a 2nd down and 10 turns out to be a 2nd down and 5.
But what's interesting, that's the 3rd batted ball.
That's a 3rd one.
Yeah, that's him sitting in the pocket there, Ron. And he's going to have to read in between them linemen and get the ball to him because one day it's going to come back to haunt him is what's going to happen. But being Gutierrez, the guy that he is.
Alert.
Alert, athletic, made positive yards on it. They got about a 3-yard gain out of that.
9:18 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ball is now at the Wildcat 33-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Whiteside will be to the right of Gutierrez where he has 2 receivers, 2 on top, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Single back is Tanner Carranza. 2nd down and 7. Now, folks, take a look at that defense. You rarely see this. I haven't seen it. I'm still don't have a label I could put on it. So that ball is that a backwards pass?
Negative. That was not a backwards pass. Good call by the flank official right there, informing the White Hat that ball was not a backwards lateral pass. The whistle was blown. They stopped it. And it just, you know what that does, Ron?
Yeah,
it avoids injury.
Yeah. Well, also, too, like you said, avoids injury because, some kids, hey, man, is that a backward pass? The ball's still rolling around. The defensive guy's going to run for it. The offensive guy's going to run for it. And as you said, good officiating, great mechanics. 3rd and 7.
I like that shirt on you, Ron.
Nice. I don't really care for standing next to 2 sequoias, and I'm looking up breaking my neck, so that's going to be out of the picture. It's not in my contract.
Well,
9:14 remaining.
Well, I don't know about that, Ron, but I do remember you were a lot faster than those 2 sequoias. I can guarantee you that much.
Here we go. Trips to the right. They're swinging out Carranza. And Gutierrez airs it out to Washington. Washington at the 10. Washington is brought down at the 1-yard line. So he just lofted it up there. Rainbow shot. Let's go.
And Gutierrez is showing that Lakewood is not the only guy that can chuck that ball downfield. Gutierrez is actually making a name for himself out here, which he already has done before. The kid is just an outstanding. Micaiah lost no step, didn't even lose stride on that.
It was in step, man. They did not caught him in stride. Ball's all the way up to the 1-yard line. So the Wildcats, with 9:03 remaining after that great pitch and catch. Gutierrez to Washington. That's a combination the Wildcats hope will be improving as the weeks go by.
Ronnie, something interesting I haven't seen since the end of the 1st quarter. Penalties have been down. It looks like everybody's playing in that mode right now, penalty-free football.
Penalties hurt both teams. They give it to Carranza to the left. Carranza's going to fall forward, and he's in. Carranza blocking to the left side. So the Wildcats now, with 8:39 remaining, have now struck gold and now lead 19-13.
Question, Ronnie, do you go for 2 right here, Ron?
You could, and it looks like they are. No, they're not. Urbano's in. Well, here's the deal. You have a little bit more. You're I'm not going to say conservative, but now you're knowing
confidence, a little bit of
your
confidence.
Your confidence is up.
That you can.
But let's just get this 1 point. Each point's going to matter. So whether it be 1 point, you kick this field goal, you kick this extra point, you're up by 7. Urbano set to kick. Gutierrez with the hold. Urbano with the kick, and it is right down the middle. So Urbano's starting to get his groove on that kicking game. So with 8:39 remaining in the third quarter, we have the Brawley Wildcats 20, Scripps Ranch 13.
And while we're there, once again, I'd like to say hello to that whole Imperial Valley College, proud sponsor of VSN's live stream for all your Imperial Valley high school sports. El Centro Police Department would like to give a special thanks to Chief Sawyer, Sergeant Henderson, Sergeant Seaman, and the rest of the El Centro Police Department with their partnership with VSN. The DOM team. For all your commercial and residential real estate needs, give Doug and Andrew a call at 760-337-8600. And we cannot forget Ojeda Industries. A special thanks to Tony and Patricia Ojeda, serving the Imperial Valley with industrial and agricultural needs. Located on Jones Street, 81698 Jones Street in Brawley. Thank you very much. Second year with us. Glad to be part of VSN Network.
Urbano set to kick now. Deep to receive will be number 4, Markel Martin, and number 7, that's Brandon Burns. And they've, you know, one thing about, and credit Brawley's defense, because Scripps Ranch, I haven't seen them start a drive under their 30-yard line. They've been 30 and above.
That's
and maybe
true.
I'm wrong, but
No, and that's pretty good for,
yeah,
for
I mean,
Brawley holding them for 13 points.
yeah,
Right?
that's the thing. Now, this is a
It's going to be
what
offside
happened here?
against the Wildcats or somebody, or they weren't
No,
ready. It looks like it's going to be against the Wildcats. They're going to have to be moving them 5 yards back. Either that.
I don't see a flag, but I did hear a whistle, so let's.
So in these type of situations, I'm only guessing, but it could have been that the flank official on that side was not ready for the kick. And that happens a lot. You know, the excitement, you get the adrenaline going, that kicker just wants to kick the ball. Every official has to be ready, and that's what could have happened. And while the ball gets knocked down a little bit, please stay tuned to our podcast when you will feature. It'll be released on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Big J and Joaquin will be on that podcast. And there's a good story behind it, that Palo Verde Calexico game, which will be played tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Imperial High School.
Burns at the 20. Now, I don't get what happened there. Did he fair catch it? I did not see Burns with the fair catch, but they blew the whistle dead. It was that's a John Self specialty right there. I'm not too sure what he calls that, but he likes to put that ball in a certain corner, maybe having his guys get there and recover the football. So Burns, and now Scripps Ranch will take over at their inside their 20-yard line. So they're at their 18-yard line. This is the furthest, deepest they've started in their own territory. So the Wildcats now, can they get a 3-and-out and start winning the field position game right now? If they could get a 3-and-out and have Scripps Ranch punt, that's ideal. So 8:39 remaining. The quarterback, Jax Leatherwood. That's the story of the night right now. Leatherwood goes out after being sacked by Matthew Moreno. In is Alex Arialdo, a junior. So we have trips to the right. Arialdo, the give is to Nguyen. Nguyen tries the middle, goes off to the right. He's going to get hit by Torres. He's going to get hit by Casares. And he gains a couple of yards on the play. Not more than a couple. He gains a good shifty 5-yard run. Now, those are good little runs, man. Yeah. They look like nothing. But all that zig and moving gets you 5 yards. So 2nd down and 5.
Refresh my memory. When Leatherwood went out, was the score tied 13-13?
I think it was.
Okay, because
so no one has scored since.
Yeah, because, Brawley just scored to make it 2017. So the thing, what I'm saying at is the big difference. Well, Brawley was holding them, to say.
Up to that point, and they were deep in their own territory, yeah. I think is what happened. So the fake. Play action, Platt and Chris Camilo on the tackle. Is it a sack? It might be half a yard loss, or did he get back to the line of scrimmage? He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, making it a 3rd down and 5. So 3rd and 5. Looks like one of the Wildcats, that's number 54. That is William Enders. Let's hope Enders is not hurt. He's dragging that shoulder a little bit. So here's a big play. This is a big play right now. At this point of the game, this is a big play. You get Scripps Ranch to punt right now. That's a good thing for the Wild. And he fumbled the snap, picks it up.
And those.
Julius Diaz was in there. Julius Diaz, number 55 for the Wildcats. In there, drop snap. Those are the kind of things you may expect from a backup quarterback. And we're going to stop using that term on the kid. But either way, he's their quarterback now. You have to make do with what you have.
Well, and it's not only that, the backup quarterback. Look, the humidity out there right now, Ron, is making everything sweaty. You got everybody landing on the ball. The ball is wet. You're getting you're not getting that good grip on the ball. So there's a lot of elements that come into play that it's not just not being able to handle that ball just because he's backing up Leatherwood.
Deep to receive is Gilbert Corrales. Corrales standing at his 48. The punt, it's short. Camilo is going to field it. Camilo at the 40, at the 35. Good smart play by Daniel Camilo to field it and get some yards up there. Makes it an even shorter field for the Wildcats.
So, once again.
So is Camilo down over there? Is that a cramp? Did he get hurt? So we have a Wildcat on the field right now, on the sidelines.
Interesting. And while we take a minute over here to look right now, I'd like to say thanks to Angie and Jeremy at Havens Landscaping for all your rock and materials needed for your landscaping needs. Give Havens a call at 760-352-6735. Once again, big shout out to Intercare. When it comes to healthcare, Intercare, they are there to help you throughout many locations throughout Imperial Valley. Once again, that's a special thank you to Rusty Garcia and Yvonne Bell, CEO of Intercare Garcia. Reach Medical Response Fair. Donnie Wharton and crew has been a VSN, Valley Sports Network, supporter since day one. Really appreciate Donnie Wharton, mayor of the city of Brawley. Much support, much success. He's done a great job. And you know what, Ron? Guy's just a stud. You've seen the things he's been doing with that Ironman and stuff.
Yeah, now I'm embarrassed to take my shirt off in front of my wife thanks to Donnie.
I don't talk to him no more. He's embarrassing to stand next to. That's part of the issue. Darn it, man.
So here's the ball. Looks like Daniel Camilo just had a cramp. Everybody was holding their breath, comes off, runs off the field. Good things for Daniel Camilo. Wildcats now inside the 34-yard line of Scripps Ranch. 6:14 remaining. Now Wildcats in a tight set under center. And whistles are blowing.
Now that's going to be against the Scripps. Yeah, it's going to be against the Scripps. They might have been crossed that line of scrimmage.
Offside.
Yes. Mr. J.J. Jackson said that somebody lined up in a neutral zone. Now, Ron, Brawley lines up in a tight formation right there.
It's a tight formation, and that was one of the things I was wondering going into this half. Do you start – you're like a python that gets a grip on somebody, and you're just going to start – let's get this, let's squeeze the time out of this game. Let's make it, your kind of game right now. Are the Wildcats – and then there's always the threat of the pass. Look what Gutierrez did to Washington on that beautiful pass all the way to the 1-yard line. We'll see what happens. 6:13 remaining. Double receiver, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Single back is Carranza. They give us to Carranza up the middle. He tries the left side. Carranza, good gain. Maybe gain of 4. It's going to be a 3rd and 1.
Well, one thing about Carranza, even though they're making contact a little bit past the line of scrimmage, once that contact is made, Ron, he's still getting 3+ yards on that. The guy runs so low to the ground like that, it's going to be hard to actually tackle him down for yard loss.
Does Carranza play catcher in baseball?
Yes,
do you
he's
know?
a catcher. He's a catcher and a very good catcher.
It's kind of funny because now when you just said, he's run low, Carranza, good kid. Good baseball player. Father Pedro Carranza doing good things with the Brawley baseball team out there. Now the Wildcats are looking at, is it 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1?
Second and 1, Ron.
2nd down and 1. Yeah, the first there was an offside. So here we go. Wildcats kind of milking the clock a little bit.
What is
timeout Wildcats?
Yeah,
Don't know what they see. Was it a wrong formation lineup? So that being said, 5:17 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We have the Wildcats of Brawley 20. Scripps Ranch Falcons 13.
And VSN, Will Torres, Ron Rubio will be right back after this.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
So a little bit of a delay there. Carranza gets ran out of bounds. Did they string him out and not allow that first down? So it looks like a first down. I'm looking at the flank on top. Where he's standing, is that a first? It's
Looks like it's going to be a first because it's going to be on the 24-yard line.
Who's the flank over there?
So the flank official is the basketball official, Ron. Remember he
That's
did
Gabriel?
Yeah, Gabriel. Yes, that's his name.
So first and 10 for the Wildcats. The ball's at the 29-yard line of Scripps Ranch. Wildcats now. Two receivers on both sides. Carranza is the single back. Shotgun formation. Gutierrez steps up. He's going to run. He's going to go. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He angles out and just cruises for a first down. Is there a block in the back?
It looks like it might be against 24 against the Wildcats right there. And we have
a Scripps Ranch player down.
I only saw the end of the play. I don't know exactly where he hit him, but there's a script. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be okay, but I don't know if that had anything to do with what I thought was 24. Might have penalty being called on the Wildcats. But as we look at Mr. Well, I'm not. I don't know, Ron. It might be against. We have.
What's that?
Illegal helmet contact.
Woo.
And the thing is, we have a player down on the Scripps sidelines. Ron, the game should be stopped to tend to him, in my opinion, because he's still on the sideline. They could run over there, and oh, there he goes. There he gets up. That's always great to see. But, yeah, good deal, good deal.
Not
All
sure.
right.
I can't get the kid's number, but shot to the – if it's a – what was the penalty?
Illegal helmet contact.
Illegal helmet contact, so that negates. So check it out, Will. That was that a first down play?
Yeah.
Well, it was the first down. Okay, here we
Right.
go. So first and 26, it looks like on the scoreboard. That's wrong. They give us to Moreno. Moreno at the middle. Moreno is going to go 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, touchdown Moreno.
And
Right up the gut.
Right
So
up.
this is
Whoa.
This is you couldn't have painted a perfect situation for the Wildcats than you have right now. The run game is going. They have a 13-point lead, could be 14 after this, with 4:56 remaining. And now on the other side of the sideline of the field is your passing game there. Can you come back from 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, that's going to be key right there, but it's still way early. You know, you got
Super early.
4:56
Super
in
early.
the second quarter. And as we look to wait to see the score at the Imperial Southwest game.
Hopeville Southwest. It's 39-13 Hopeville.
With the score 39-13, in the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter. Is it start of the fourth quarter? Start of the fourth quarter. Hopeville controlling that game in the second half, Ron.
Well, that's a pretty good lead for Hopeville. It was pretty tight in the beginning, I think.
So,
It
Ron,
was going back and forth. So, and that's just the tug of war of football, man. You know how it goes. It's you're in the beginning, you're exchanging punches, you're seeing who's going to handle. Then, slowly but surely, one team starts getting the advantage, and that's what's kind of working out right here for the Wildcats. 4:56 remaining, third quarter. Now you have a team over there. You're the defending state 2A champs. You're the San Diego Section Division II champs. Now you lose your leader.
Yeah.
That does a lot of things to you, man. And you're playing in a different planet right now. You're in here. What's one of the hottest planets? Venus?
yeah. And not only that, Ron, while we got a minute right here, we'd like to also, the Johnny Moreno, Vic Carrillo, Jose, and went down to Mount Carmel and the El Centro Spartan game. Congratulations, guys. It was a 6 o'clock game. Make sure you guys drive safe. There were some little bit of issues before the game started. Jose from Que Pasa, Calexico came through Good job, Jose. Just want to say congratulations. Great stream. They will be next week. They will be at Imperial High School, Ron.
Good job for the.
Let me rephrase that. They will be at El Centro High School with the Point Loma Pointers down there.
So that was a little pooch kick by Urbano, fielded by number 8, Dylan Brooks, fielded at the 20-yard line. So here's a story here. Their first drive of the second half started at the 18. It's improved to the 28. So things have flipped. The script is flipped as far as starting field position. Now, man, they're deep in their territory. And like I said, they don't have their number 1 quarterback. 4:56 remaining in the third quarter. This is the tale of the tape. This is the storyline that's going on right now for Scripps Ranch. What do you do? Alex Arialdo, the quarterback. The give is to Burns. Burns off the right side. Burns to the 40. Looks like they might come back with a hold.
Whoa.
So Burns right off the right side of the offensive line. A great run. Great run. It was enough for a 12-yard gain, first down. That looks like that will be a spot foul, right?
Yeah, the thing is, just when the Scripps Ranch Eagles start to change it up again, go with the running game right here, you know, those little things come back to haunt them like a holding. I mean, that's going to move them 10 yards when it could have been a 10-yard plus run on that, Ron.
Yes, sir. So now they're going to move back.
And like you said, Ron, you know, they did lose their leader on offense for this game at least, and we hope that's all it is. And in fact, I'd like to see them back in the fourth quarter, but we hope the best for Jax Leatherwood.
Right.
But that offensive line right there, they start getting a little discouraged. You know, they start, and you know, not just them, but both sides start to run out of gas a little bit right now.
So let's see who's in shape. Arialdo's rolling to his right. He's looking. Nobody's open. He pulls it up and he goes. And he will be brought down by, is that Matthew Gutierrez, number 18, who is a sophomore, starting at outside linebacker for the Wildcats.
And we couldn't get his number last week, though, but I think Rick guessed it right. It was Matthew Gutierrez on that one.
Matthew Gutierrez. Second down and 11 for
William
the
Enders,
Falcons.
number 54, was also in on that tackle.
And William Enders had just walked off the field. Looked like his shoulder was dragging. He's back in there. So they're working on Daniel Camilo down here. I'm not sure if it was an ankle, a knee, but it looks like he may be ready to go in. Second down and 11 for the Falcons. Two receivers on both sides. The wide side is to the left of the quarter. Arialdo's looking. He's looking for that swing. He throws intended for number 25. That is Noah Gardenera. On the defense was Torres, number 12. That is Aiden Torres. A little bit of an overthrown pass. It was up there, hung up for quite a while.
Well, the one thing I'm noticing, Ron, is that the time that the quarterback has to throw is not the same amount of time as that Leatherwood had. Big difference on that, Ron.
Well, you know, that could be a little bit of the deal is with Leatherwood in there, you want to defend more. You want to have more defenders out there because a kid has a laser arm. You know, who's throwing these lasers. Now, you want to maybe send some more guys. So that means it's disrupting the timing. And, you know, you got an inexperienced quarterback. And by inexperienced meaning, I doubt this kid gets a lot of reps during practice. Not when you have a kid like Leatherwood who's being, you know, going to a D1 school in Nevada.
Yeah.
So here we go. Third down and 11, 3:54 remaining in the third. He's looking to his right. He throws that tunnel to number 4. That is number 4. That's Jake Prince, and that's going nowhere.
That was excellent
Holster
coverage.
quarterback. You have number 32. That was Casad is there. You had a bunch of Wildcats there, and that's when the Wildcats are at their best, when that defense is swarming. You're not getting tackled by 1 or 2 guys. You're looking at 3 or 4 guys.
Is that Matthew Gutierrez, number 18?
18.
That was right in the middle of that. Great, excellent job.
And on that pass there, that little tunnel route, those backers are taught to, hey, if that guy's coming in, you go with them. If he's going to bubble out, swing out, go with them. So they're playing. The thing with the Wildcats on defense, they're doing their jobs. So here we go. Kind of a line drive quick, a bounce. Corrales lets it go, and it's going to take a Falcon bounce, and they needed that. And that goes all the way back to the Wildcat 24-yard line. So with 3:04 remaining in the third quarter, Wildcats will start at their 24, leading 27-13.
Like Ron said, 3:04 to go in the third quarter. Wildcats, look, I wouldn't say they're in complete control, but they want it. A lot's going to have to do with this drive right here, and why we got a little bit of break right now. Once again, I'd like to say hello to some of our sponsors. Liz Gonzalez from Hart Insurance. Big shout out. Love everybody in that office. And when I say that, there's a little extra meaning special for them. I appreciate everything they did for me a couple of months ago, and it was great. I just want Liz and Christy and the rest of the girls to know that I appreciate it. So, our little deal, but thank you very much, girls. Really appreciate it.
Wildcats at their 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Gutierrez under center. And there's the option to Moreno. And it was a good pitch, dropped by Moreno and brought down by, that's number 35 that's Hudson Wanner. Hudson Wanner, linebacker junior. Good play. Now, when you're running against an option team, your defense has to do assignment football. Somebody gets a quarterback, somebody gets the dive, somebody gets the pitch.
Ron, now it looked to me that hole was open, but as soon as that fumble, that 1 second right there, it closed up on him really quick.
Yeah, and they may look at film, hey, man, you should have just kept that ball instead of pitching it. So here we go, 2nd down and 12. Loss of 2 on the play. Wildcats now at the 21-yard line. Wildcats in no hurry to run the play now. Do you kind of delay or do you keep going? Like they're just pumping it, trying to get some more points. Of course, that's Camilo on the pitch. Pitch wide out to the outside and defended very well out there by number 23. And I believe that's Vincent Cruz. Vincent Cruz, linebacker, senior. Good play by Cruz.
Tell me about that play, Ron. That wasn't correct.
That was a play. It's a toss play. And what you're just trying to do is you're trying to get one of your fastest guys outside that tackle. It's just a pitch, and let's try to get around that corner. Like I said, good perimeter defense by the Falcons.
But I saw number 23 in the middle of the pitch, and Camilo getting that pitch on the crossout.
Well, you kind of fake that. You kind of fake that. You want to give a little fake, and you go and block somebody. The motion looks like similar just to a play up going through the line, and you give it to the outside guy. So here we go.
127 to go.
127 to go, and the Wildcats going backwards. Now 3rd down and 15. 1:20 remaining. Gutierrez looking. Gutierrez, does he have time? He does. He throws it down the middle. That's Mekhi Washington. Washington up to the 40.
We talked about that. We talked about Mekhi Washington stepping up in the second half of last year, and he's proven it. He's one of those leaders on the wide receiving corps that they're pretty deep in that's making a difference, Ron.
What's good about that play, and you don't really see it, is the patience by Gutierrez, waiting for his receiver to come across that middle. It takes a little bit of time, and you got to stand in there. You have to stand in, and boom, just lays it in there. Nice spot pass, good catch. I see a white hat telling this guy to run the clock. So what's the story with that?
Nothing. They just, the chains move. They stop the clock. They just want to make sure the clocks keep going.
Inside a minute, 52 seconds to give is to Moreno. Moreno up to the right side. Moreno is going to be brought down by number 23 again. That is Vincent Cruz. So now this is the story. The defense has to step up. No more points for Scripps Ranch. You can't allow any more points. You're down by 2 scores. You're going to go into the last 12 minutes of the game. You haven't done anything since Leatherwood left. So you can't dig a bigger hole than what you're already in. Defense has to step up.
Well, I'll break it down. I know there's still a 4th quarter to go.
Yeah, for sure there is.
But what I've seen these first 3 quarters with 18 seconds left to go in the end of the series, I've seen Scripps Ranch come out on fire, hitting on all cylinders. Wildcats.
Well, look, you have a state champion out here. Not only on offense, but on defense. Your defense needs to play like a champion right now. They give us to Corrales. Corrales is trying the right side and nothing doing there. Again, Cruz, 23, strings it out, and number 1 comes in there, and that is Jake Prince. So, end of the 3rd quarter, we find the Brawley Wildcats 27, Scripps Ranch Falcons 13.
Joaquin Matus, Will Torres, Ron Rubio, we are VSN. We'll be right back after our messages from our sponsors.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
And welcome back as we look at the Wildcats take on third down, third and long, Ronnie.
Third down long. Gutierrez is looking. Gutierrez shoots down the middle, and it was there. And for some reason, Platt slowed up on his route. He turned around, and I think he knows it. Had he just kept it in stride, he was gone.
Well, Ron, when you say he was gone, he was, well, I'll tell you what, he had one guy in front of him, and there was about a 6 to 8 inch difference on him and about 20 to 30 pounds difference also. So it's third down to go. Okay, so that's a difference.
I have a question. I think that play took more than a couple seconds, and it's still at 12.
Yeah, they're going to look it over, look at the referees might be talking about it. I don't know what's really going on out on the field right now.
Yeah, what is happening?
Hey, but they never changed sides, Ron.
You got to be kidding me.
They didn't.
Or did they let them play one? Was there one more? I don't, well.
Well, look, they're barely changing sides right now. And while we have a minute to go before the fourth quarter starts, Jose Alejo has a great podcast in Que Pasa Calexco. We'd like you to take a look, when you have some time, take a look at it. He's a very interesting character. One of the things he also does, he works for the Calexco Unified School District, and he also moonlights for VSN. Here on this side over here, they had a 6 o'clock game and Mount Carmel, and there was a situation that happened, and we'd like to congratulate Jose Alejos for taking care of that situation. Trust us, Joaquin and I down here, we were a little bit worried. I think I was a little bit more worried than Joaquin, but he felt that he had a lot of confidence in Jose and the whole crew with Johnny and the legend Vic and everybody else over there. So congratulations. Game went on without a hitch, and that's what we're trying to bring to the people. We're trying to bring you guys the best possible games.
Coverage.
Yeah, coverage of a game. You know, we don't want to take shortcuts on anything we do. It's hard to stay at the top, but people like Joaquin Matus and Jose Alejas keep us up on top. So thank you very much, everybody that's listening out there, and we will continue to bring you the best coverage when it comes to high school sports here in Imperial Valley. Back to you, Ron.
Now, we're still trying to figure out what's happening here. I guess J.J. Jackson went to explain what's going on. It's the fourth quarter, 12 minutes remaining. I guess that last play didn't count. Third and, let's go 20. Third and 20 from the 32-yard line. Little movement on the defensive line, not enough to warrant a penalty. Gutierrez with plenty of time. He's just standing there, lays it out for Platt, and it's picked off by Burns. Burns at the 50. Burns knocked out of bounds by Matthew Moreno. Now,
that was Gutierrez, Ron. A little underthrown pass right there, a little line drive.
Little bit too, I don't know.
Too much hot sauce on that pass?
Maybe not enough.
Yeah, a little underthrown. But you tell me, Ron, you know this. Could it have been one of those comeback passes?
No, it was not.
No?
It was down the middle. It was not a back shoulder fade. I mean, Platt was down the middle. Good coverage by number 7. Let's give Brandon Burns some credit on that pick.
Yeah.
So this is the break they needed. This is the break they needed. They're at the 41-yard line of the Wildcats. They haven't been on this side of the field all second half until now with the turnover. And when you're behind, your defense has to create some opportunities for you. Right here, here it is. Here's a chance for Scripps Ranch to get back in this ball game. Ardialdo with Nguyen. Nguyen fakes to Nguyen. Quarterback boots it out to the left. He's going to cut back, and there's nowhere to go.
Just great
Tweety
plays.
Corrales coming up
Yeah.
from his corner position. Great play, and that's good defense there. They probably did not against Leatherwood. Believe me, they're not going to roll that kid out and make him run.
Right. No,
So
they're
that's
not.
something. That's probably a card that John Self drew up, but it was something he wasn't planning on. Great defensive play by the Wildcats. Tweety Corrales.
One of the
Second
few-
down and 11.
One of the few times you will see number 17, Platt, get turned around, and that's when the quarterback was able to get around him. But great play by the cornerback, Corrales, in there to make the tackle, and only 1 yard loss on that, Ron.
So here you go, second down and 11, empty backfield. He's looking to his left. He's going to launch that up the sidelines. He's looking, and are they going to get a penalty on that?
Well, there is a penalty on the ground, but I don't think it's going to be the pass interference. What it might be is defensive holding, because look how far down it happened.
Well, we got looks like two flags. You got one here. I'm pretty sure it was two of them. It could be on Daniel Camilo. He was on coverage, and guess what? It was a ball. It was a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, and it looks like he held. I couldn't see from up here, but where the penalty was thrown, Ron, it's going to be pass interference when it comes down to the holding call on that play right there. And
that's 15 yards?
yes. Well, they're going to call the pass interference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And holding is 10, correct?
Yeah, but the thing is, so did they march off 10 right there? Yeah. See, that was 10 yards right there. So the thing was, there was contact even prior to the end of that pass right
No,
there.
for sure.
And
In the middle of the route, got him.
And at any time you impede
The progress.
the progress of the wide receiver, they're going to call that every time.
They give us to Naguin. Naguin tries the middle. He's up the middle. He's going to bounce his way to the 20. So 10:58 remaining. Now clock is a factor. Time is a factor. 10:54 remaining. Now, if you're Scripps Ranch, do you hurry up or do you want to say, hey, let's just make sure we're successful on this drive and get within another score? 27-13, down by 14, 10:39 and ticking. They're not in a hurry. Single back is Naguin. The give is to Naguin. Naguin tries the middle. He goes up, and he's going to be brought down by. Let's get that number there. Good tackle. Is that Matthew Moreno? Moreno sure is. I think they have Moreno at inside linebacker, and there could be some jawing going on. It could be a Scripps guy. So if against Scripps, either way, whoever this penalty's on, a non-playing penalty is going to hurt either team. If it's Scripps, you have a drive going, and now you're going to lose your temper, say something, or do something you shouldn't be, and put your team in a bigger hole going backwards. If you're Brawley, you're giving them a break.
So did we have
I see a flag, and it was after the play.
So we got a timeout on the field also. So and this is what the discussion's about. Are they going to do an offsetting penalty or
Could. So 10:19 remaining. As I said, I mean the clock is not. I don't see the clock being in the favor of. The clock to me is in the favor, and the time of the game is in the favor of the Wildcats. You have a 14-point lead.
It is in favor of the Wildcats, Ron. But with the score from the Scripps Ranch right now, it could change everything around.
That's what I mean. I mean,
You
hopefully it's offsettings. I would like to see it be an offsetting penalty. How's that?
I didn't see what happened. I couldn't tell, and so I'm not going to make here and guess what it is.
Let's see. J.J. Jackson about to make the call.
And it looks like it will be offsetting there, Ron. Good call on that. Let's see what he has out there. Mr. J.J. Jackson. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Scripps Ranch. Now we have unsportsmanlike against the Wildcats.
Now, does a player get sent off the field for that, or what happens on an unsportsmanlike?
So let me just tell you something right now where that ball is being placed at. Now, I'm pretty sure Alan will correct me, but it does depend who made the unsportsmanlike conduct first, because if it was against the Wildcats, it would be marched off half the distance. Now, if it was, and then they would march off 15 against Scripps.
But you end up at the starting point.
No, you don't, because it's half the distance. It's not the same distance as 15 yards, Ron.
Okay, got you.
Where the other one would be 15 yards. So it depends who created that penalty first.
Big third down and one play right here. This is a big play right here in the fourth quarter. No running back. You know it's a throw. He's going to run it. He goes up the middle, and the Wildcats are waiting for Moreno. You had number 79 Martinez in there, and nothing doing there. And another penalty.
Now that's just that.
I don't know who that was.
The guy was down.
And somebody laid on him.
He was down, and there is just no need for that. They are shooting. They are
themselves
shooting themselves in the foot. Yes.
Let's see who this is. Unsportsmanlike against Brawley?
Oh yeah, no, it's
No
gonna
need
be
for
against
that.
Brawley.
Whatever it was, there was no need. I mean, I didn't see it, but
It wasn't even near the tackler. They had him down on 4th down. Now it's going to
so
make it a
now
first
you're
down.
going to get it. Now, right here, it's not half the distance, is it?
Yes, it's
It is? Why is that?
because you're inside the
20?
yeah.
Wow, so it's from inside the 20. You can't have a personal foul or
Well-
unsportsmanlike.
Well, the penalties become half the distance of the goal line.
Once you're inside the 20. Didn't know that. Trips to the right. So now Falcons are looking to make some moves here. There's Naguin up the middle. Naguin's going to fall forward inside the 5 or at the 5. With 10:04 remaining, they're going to go inside 9 minutes. And a little thing I'm a little bit surprised about is the non-urgency with Scripps Ranch. I mean, yeah, you get a touchdown here, you're going to still be down a score, and it's taking you a while to get a touchdown. It's not like you have that lightning quick ability to score like you have when Leatherwood's in there. 9:39 remaining.
Well, like we said, Ron, if Scripps Ranch does happen to score right here, it does change
Yeah,
things around a little bit. You're only down
One score is nothing. 2 score is something. Trips to the right. They give us to Naguin. Naguin's looking. Naguin dancing up and down. He gets maybe up to the 3. So he does get up there. He's at the 2-yard line. I'm looking at the flank, and it's that little movement. He just finds a space, gets his shoulder one way, comes back the other way, and he's working his feet. And that's a good little run there. Now you're standing. I'm looking at the flank. You're either at the 1.5-yard line, 2-yard line, 9:01 remaining. Now you're inside 8 minutes. Before you know it, it's going to be 7 minutes. So what the deal is for for the Falcons, they need to get this touchdown in soon. And they seem to me not to be in any hurry right now with 8:47 remaining. So here we go. Trips to the right. They give us to Naguin again. Naguin's going to go forward, and that's a touchdown. So now they get their touchdown. 8:39 remaining. It's going to be 27-19. Do you go for 2, or do you just get that one? Do you try to tie it up? No, they're going to get that. They're just go. Let's get within 7.
Yeah, they'll leave it there because that's they can do that. It's not like they're going to be down by 10 points where they'd have to score. You're 2 scores away.
So a turnover on an interception by the Wildcats gives them a short field. They manage, and a couple of penalties by the Wildcats now gets Scripps Ranch back in the ball game. So now with 8:39 remaining, was it good or was it not? Yes, it was. So with 8:39 remaining in the 4th quarter, we now have the Wildcats of Brawley 27, Scripps Ranch Falcons 20.
Town Pump, for the best steaks in Imperial Valley, go visit Town Pump located in Westmoreland. Say hi to Juanita and Gabriel Revelar. Johnny's Burritos, a fixture in Imperial County since the 1950s, early 1960s, with locations in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. The Palomino family has been around for a lot of years, and that tradition still keeps growing. Ronnie, 8:39, the thing that could save the Wildcats is a good run back off of this kickoff right here. Because with 7-point difference, a 3-and-out, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the Wildcats. They're going to have to take some time off the clock right now.
Well, the interception by Gutierrez, was a well-played ball by Burns. Now, you still have the lead. It's 8:39. And now back to one of the points I made a couple of possessions back. Sure, you lost your leader on offense, but you're a state champion, defending state champion. You have a state champion pedigree defense. It has to step up. They did. Now, even more so, this drive here.
Well, their defense hasn't slowed down a bit, so they have confidence in their defense, Ron. They might have been out Jakewood a little bit, but their defense is all still intact on the field right here. Now, with 8 minutes to go, do you get that second energy, that second burst of energy, or do you start just running out of juices and cramping up?
Well, it's a lot of both. I mean, it's been a 2.5-hour game. These kids have been out here. It's been a long game. And it's like, it's an endurance. It's like a heavyweight. And here's the onside kick. recovered by number 64 of the Wildcats. That is Joaquin Deloria. Way to go, Joaquin Deloria. The hands
Ron.
team was not in there. That
Ron.
all hands team was not in there.
No, did you expect that?
No,
Ron?
I did not. And that goes to show you, I'm not going to say urgency or desperation, and it could be a little bit of both because, look, man, you're saying, well, you know what? If you have confidence in your deep, let's kick it deep and let's see if we can pin them. But no, they just figured out, hey, man, it's now or never. So that being said, they're at the 48-yard line for the Wildcats, 8:34 remaining. Still, if they could get a stop, there is a chance. Let's see what happens. 8:34 remaining. Shotgun formation for Gutierrez and the Wildcats. And we have a procedure call. That's
Left tackle number 61 for the Wildcats.
Ronnie Rosales. Hey, Ronnie Rosales is a starting tackle. I think this is Ronnie's first year playing. And so credit to Ronnie for getting a starting job out there. So here we go, 8:34 remaining. No time ticked off because of the procedure on the Wildcats. They're backed up now to the 48. J.J. Jackson halting play. It looks like number 79. What's the story there? Has blood or something came off. I'm not too sure.
Taking the tape off his ankles. And what we have right here on cameras, we'd like to mention Saul and Sarah on our cameras. On the field camera is Saul.
The Wildcats trying option again, and it's sniffed out well. 25 Gardinera is on the play, but first to be there was number 52, and that is Nick Rea. Nick Rea is there. Haven't said much of Nathaniel Barba. But now the Scripps Ranch defense, they know, man. They know they have to have a stop. They have to have a stop now. Ideally, no first downs for the Wildcats. 8:09 remaining and ticking. Next time the Wildcats snap the ball, it will be inside 7 minutes.
Well, regardless of the outcome of this game, it has been a good showing from both teams.
Sure.
Yeah, you got a Division I team in the Scripps Ranch Falcons, Division II team in the Brawley Wildcats. Just good football out here.
Last time I read, the overall, Scripps was ranked 7, Wildcats 16. So a top 20 matchup, very good. And here's Gutierrez. Gutierrez has an opening. Gutierrez is going to fight his way up to the 35-yard line. So that's a first down, a new set of downs, 3 more, a new set of downs. This is something now time is ticking on the Falcons. Wildcats looking to finish it on this drive, and they may well do it. 7:29 remaining.
Well, definitely the Wildcats are sending a signal to the rest, not only the Imperial Valley opponents, but the San Diego Section Division II, that they're for real. They're out here.
This win is going to send a little. If they win, if the Wildcats pull out shockwaves, man, it is a big win. I mean, you're a state champion. You come over here and you get beat. Carranza off the right side. Wildcats just pushing very strong over there. You got Porras pushing people around.
But
that's Brian Porras. A good push to the Wildcats on the right side. A gain of maybe 6. Let's say 2nd down and 4.
But this game is far from over. With
far from over. 6:50 remaining. But this is the deal though. In this situation, defense needs to stop.
Yeah.
The defense needs to make a stop. And on the other side of the ball, this Brawley offense, you get another first down. It just makes things tougher because time is ticking.
But this is what it's about when you got 2 quality teams here. You got a good defense. Look, nobody's missing from the Scripps Ranch Falcons defense, so it's their job to stop this Brawley offense right here, Ron.
For sure. So here we go. We have 2nd down and 6. Gutierrez taking a little bit of time. He's under center now. Carranza is the lone back. The give is to Carranza. He tries the right side. He's going to bounce it off the right side. There's a big hole. He keeps running. And now they're at the 20-yard line with another new set of downs with 6:08 remaining. By the time the Wildcats snap the ball the next time, it will be inside of 5 minutes. So now here it goes. What's up?
What are you noticing here, Ron? I'm noticing that the Wildcats running back to the huddle, where Scripps Ranch is kind of slow back into their huddle. The little momentum. Brawley has momentum right here.
Look where the hands of the Scripps Ranch defenders are on their hips.
Yeah, no, good point. That's good observation,
You
Ron.
keep looking out there. When you're in that position, I don't know what that does for you, but it does help you out a little bit.
Hey, what is it, Joaquin? 53-13, Hopeville Vikings over the Southwest Eagles.
So now Scripps Ranch jumps into a 6-man front or a goal line front. They find the desperation. They went with the onside kick. It didn't work, and the Wildcats now. And now Martinez jumps offside. So 5:30 remaining. So as these Wildcats are just methodically taking time off the clock, and of course with the run game, the clock runs.
You know what's good to see, Ron? I know it's the first game. It's hotter than heck. What a good crowd. It's good to see the Brawley fans back out here showing in good support. A good crowd out here, a good number. It's just very good to see that. Reminds me of the old days almost there, Ron.
Good crowd turnout for the Wildcats. Really happy that the student section is there. Why? Because school's not even open yet.
That's good. You're right, Ron. Other school, I think they start on Monday,
They start
right?
on Monday. 1st and 15 for Gutierrez to give us to Carranza, and there's a pinch in. I want to see who gets that tackle. Great play. 75, and I think there is a number 45. So number 45 was on top, Matthew Riggenbach, and number 75, Bailey Vu. So here we go, 2nd down and 15 for the Wildcats. 4:45 remaining. What will the clock be when the Wildcats snap the ball? It'll be inside of 24-20.
Well, I don't
Wildcats
think
are walking up to the line of scrimmage.
they might get a little bit closer, and he might try a field goal. But I'll tell you what, Ron, you're not going to see the number 2s go in, that's for sure.
No, this is done deal. 4:26 remaining, 4:25 remaining. Gutierrez, 4:22 remaining. They're looking at that clock, and I think the quarterback is looking. What's that side? The back judge gives you the signal for 5 seconds.
He'll raise his hand.
There you go. So that's what they're doing. So the Wildcats now trying to get this clock down. Gutierrez is looking. Gutierrez is going to run. And this is where he's at his best, too, when he's running away from people brought down by. And, they defended his run very well.
Yes. Closed up that alley
They
really
just closed
quick.
it up quick, but you exert a lot of energy chasing Gutierrez. Good tackle there by number 50. I want to get that number. And he goes out of the game. That's number 53. And I do believe, that's Nathaniel Barber. Barber is a little bit slow getting up. And, man, you're exhausted. You're exhausted. And going into this game, I think, I'm just my opinion. It seemed to me like the Falcons said, hey, we're not going to let Gutierrez beat us. Hence, that design of the defense. Now, I'm dying to see if this is their standard defense. So here we go, 3rd down and 16. Wildcats definitely in for 4-down situation here, so 3:09 remaining. Gutierrez looking. He's going to try to throw that seam. He has time. He's looking, and he may not get sacked. He's going to run away from it. Gets away from number 77. 77 on the play, putting the pressure. No number for 77, but Bailey Vu was there to finish off the play. So now we have a 4th down, and was a timeout called by Scripps. Scripps has 3 timeouts. I don't know if one was used. So now it's 4th down. What do the Wildcats do? Do they go for it to burn more time off, or what's the story?
Ron, I would suggest punting
the ball. There you go.
Yeah, put them in the hole, and with 2:50 to go, you know what? If they're going to lose the game, go ahead and beat us with your best right now.
Sure.
Because, look, Self has the confidence in the defense, to hold them back, and it's going to be up to the Wildcats to hold them. 7-point game difference, 2 timeouts Scripps Ranch has. This is look, they know they have to send a signal right here, Ron. They know they have to send a signal. And just like Scripps Ranch, they know that score is against them. The worst that can happen is that ball can go into the end zone. They get the ball on the 20-yard line, or a little pooch kick inside the 10. Those are some of the positive that can happen to each team. But, either way, it's going to be the worst it can be for Scripps Ranch is 80. The best it could be is 80 yards down the field with 2:50 to go, 2 timeouts.
So Carranza at his 50. Carranza with the pooch. Makai Washington on there. And look, just as you called it, and perfect. That's a second punt inside the 10-yard line.
I'm voting for Carranza right now, punter of the year. That's the way it stands for me. That kid has already look. That is just.
That's great stuff. So you know of 2 drives that are starting inside their 10-yard line.
Yeah, and that is a great offensive weapon.
It's a weapon, of course.
And to pin back a quality team like the Falcons, to put them back inside the 10 where they have 2 minutes and 41 seconds to drive down the field. Now, you know what? If anything happens, if Scripps Ranch wins this game, that's on the Wildcats. So, I mean, because you want to be in that situation, Ron. You want to be having your opponents with their backs against the wall and make them and put their best effort forward against them.
Yeah, and make them go 91 yards
Yeah,
to
make
beat
them
you.
make them go that distance.
So here we go. Let's see what the Falcons can do with 2:41 remaining. He looks to his left, sets up the screen. Two. Is that Gardnera? Gardnera, and we have a flag on the field. We have 2 flags on the field. So
Now, I'm going to say there's an illegal man downfield on that one. That's what I'm going to
Well,
say.
maybe the ball, it looked like a screen. I'm not too sure if he got it thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and maybe it wasn't, but it sure does look like it's going to go half the distance, right?
I'm looking for Mr. J.J. Jackson for a signal, and
So-
it looks like he's going to give it. No,
Holding.
it's a holding, and that's going to be half the distance to the goal line right there. So now you had him inside the 10. Now it's going to be inside the 5-yard line, Ron, or around
Looks
the
like
6.
they set it at the 6, so now you're 94 yards away from having any chance of tying this ball game up.
And the clock should start because that was a completed pass, but I don't see it starting.
That's interesting. 2:35 remaining. Low snap. He gathers. He throws. He's open. He drops it. That looked like that was number 85, Ethan Roche.
Now, Ron, let's turn the tables a little bit. Let's just say they don't. It's third down. It's second down right now, and then they don't. Let's just say they get, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. Now you're in a situation like you got to get out of here. Or you're going to give Brownlee another chance to score down that field right here.
If I'm Scripps Ranch, I'm going to go for it on 4th down.
Ron, come on,
Going
Coach.
for it. Going for it.
Well, I like the philosophy. I don't know. It depends how many yards has to go. But, Ron, I don't know if I'd go for it on 4th down, Ron.
It's easy to say up here, man. I'll tell you that right
so
now.
easy to say up
It's
here,
really
Ron.
2:31 remaining. Empty backfield. He looks to his left. He throws that little tunnel. He's at the 20. He rolls up. I'm sorry. I was at 10. So, hey, a good little play there. Now, interesting. The scoreboard says 3rd down. The marker now says 3rd down. So now you're looking at a 3rd and 2. Clock ticking. 2:12 remaining. Scripps Ranch with 2 timeouts left. When do you start using those? You have to get this first down to get some more plays.
Yeah, definitely.
Trip to the right to give us to win. Win up the middle. Win.
Whoa.
Stop by Martinez. Short of the first down. 1:55 remaining. And is there going to be a
Ron, this is the interesting call right here. 4th and short, Ron.
4th and short? 1:47 remaining. The 2 timeouts are still in your pocket. 1:43 remaining.
I'd call timeout if I was Scripps.
They're
right now.
taking a while to run this one play, so I don't know. Maybe they have something going on. And as I said, with Leatherwood gone, they give us the win. Win is up the middle. Win's going to get the first down. Now, how much does the clock? Does that stop at 1:26? They got to gather, get the chain set, and the clock starts, or it starts at the snap.
Starts at the snap at the gain of first down, though.
And now, interesting. So if the clock's going to stop
timeout
after the
right
first,
now.
they called a timeout.
They called the timeout. So with that said, VSN will be right back after this, where Ron and I discuss what will happen next. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Will Torres, Ron Rubio. We are VSN. Ron, give us a scenario right here.
Scenario is Scripps Ranch in desperation time now, 1:26 remaining. They are 78 yards away from tying up the score. Empty backfield. He shakes his shoulder. He throws a little pop. He's open. He's open down to the 50-yard line. So a good little shoulder fake. That's all it took. And a beautiful, well-placed pass. Well, little rainbow shot, threw it over defender. 49-yard line, 1:18 remaining.
Like we said, it's going to be up to Scripps Ranch to get this done right here.
Arialdo, is he finding his rhythm now? Arialdo with plenty of time. He throws it up. Hands on the receiver.
Oh, and
now I don't know.
No, they're gonna have a pass interference.
What happened there? Who did it? Torres?
No, the back judge. Yeah, but there is going to be a pass interference.
So wait a minute. I did not see the end of the play. I was looking at the quarterback. So
yeah, there was contact, and the back judge called it. It's going to be 15 yards. The ball's going to be placed around Ron. It's going to be placed around the 35-yard line.
So it's a 15-yarder. Ball is at the 49, so they will definitely be inside the 40-yard line, 35 maybe, 34.
Yeah.
Right. Ooh, 36. We'll take the 36. So now, what is that, Will? Hey, what's this?
This is
personal foul?
Unsportsmanlike. Now, are they going to?
I don't know if that was on number 12 or number 6. Both kids were in that area. So now, an unsportsmanlike. On the last drive, that led to a score for. You can't give a team of this caliber.
Whoa,
so now, 104 remaining. We're going to be within a minute. Pretty soon, Arialdo is looking. Arialdo swings up to the 32-yard line. 56 seconds remaining. And this is a deal. You have a Wildcat on the ground. The clock is running. What's going on with Scripps Ranch? Are they out of timeouts?
Yeah, I don't know, but it looks like you have a Scripps Ranch player out.
That looks like a Brawley kid. That's a Brawley kid on his stomach, on the ground. But my point is, I don't really see, I don't know. It just, you're 36 yards away and you're not really, or 31 yards away, and just lining up takes 5 seconds.
Okay,
minimal.
It's good to see. That's old Micaiah Washington get up.
Is
and
it?
Go. Yeah. Unless it's Camilo. I can't really see. It's
Camilo, maybe cramped. But here you go. If you're the other coach, hey, your starting senior cornerback for the Wildcats comes out. You're going in with another cornerback. I'd say attack that cornerback right now.
Well, Ron, minutes ago we were looking.
50 seconds remaining. Hey,
Raleigh, two scores ahead of the game, and now look at this. Now you got.
Not too long ago they were 91 yards away.
Yeah.
So here we go. 60 yards later, they find themselves at the 31-yard line. Second down. Arialdo's looking cool. He's looking. He launches it to the sideline, and a nice defended play by Mekhi Washington. So Mekhi Washington bats the ball down. They went on that side. I don't know if they shifted over another corner. Camilo comes back in. Porras is out. That's number 4. 44 seconds remaining. Third down and 7. We'll say 3rd and 6 at the 32-yard line. 44 seconds remaining.
With a little bit of pressure coming from the backside, too. So that's one of the reasons he had to get rid of the ball.
For sure. Yeah, he had time. So now, at the 31-yard line, 2 receivers on both sides for Arialdo. Arialdo looking, a little bit of pressure. Arialdo throws it down the middle, and it's going to be in the hands of Abarca. Damian Abarca had it. Could have ended the game there. Pass intended for number 4. That was Markel Martin. So now we're looking at 37 seconds remaining. You're looking at 4th down. So this is the play. This is the game right now.
You had Abarca out there on him, and then you had Gilbert Corrales on him. And to tell you the truth, I thought one of those players had it in their hands, and it might have
It's a jump ball. DBs are taught highest point. Abarca was there at the highest point, couldn't come down with it. 37.8 seconds remaining. 4th down, here it is.
One thing they can't afford is no penalties. I'll tell you what, a pass interference would really hurt the Wildcats. Not only would it give them a 15 yards down the field, but it also would give them a 1st down.
So here it is, man. This is it right here.
This is it.
So do the Wildcats come in, have a visitor come in that's a D2 state champ, 2A champion, Division II champ. Wildcats have them on the ropes. Let's see what happens, folks. Fourth down.
Number
30
85, I say. They
and
haven't
here he
thrown
goes,
to
the
him.
shrug. Tunnel, and that's it.
That's
Game.
it. That's the ball game.
Platt on the defense. They tried to run that tunnel screen.
Yeah.
It's a no can do. 33 seconds remaining, and the Wildcats now on the verge
Of
taking down a state champion. I don't think Brawley, California's ever seen that before.
No,
I don't.
and credit, will it always be said that Jax Leatherwood would have made a difference? Yeah, it would have.
Sure
But
would.
you know what? That's just the way the ball
That's
bounces.
how football
That's
goes.
how football is.
That's how football goes, man. You're one play away from being off, playing to being on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. The injuries.
That's just the nature of football, man. And you know what? The Wildcats defense found a way to hold when they had to hold. And here you go, victory formation. So congratulations to the Brawley Wildcats. Yeah. It was a well-fought game. And, credit Scripps Ranch. They had to go down. They went down. They came down to Brawley, as Billy said. Didn't really want to come.
No.
But, they came, didn't have a game. And now, wow.
They're going to be the talk in the Division II, maybe.
So now Brawley was ranked number 3, I believe, in Division II. Were they?
No? There were so many rankings.
There were so many rankings
Yeah.
that these guys are throwing out at me. I thought it was number 3, and we were saying 7.
Yeah, but listen.
So that's the end of the ball game, folks. So with that being said, the Brawley Wildcats have come up with the upset. Yes, they were the underdogs, and yes, they've won the game. Brawley Wildcats 27, Scripps Ranch Falcons 20. Great win for the Wildcats. Great win for the senior class. Congratulations to the Brawley Wildcats.
I thought it was a very impressive game. Ron, it was a privilege to get back up here.
Yeah,
in the
hey,
booth
thank
with
you, Will, man. Thank you so much for having me. Man, we've been looking forward to this for how many days? 300-some days, it seems like.
Yeah, I want to make sure Johnny Moe, the legend, and the crew get back down from the mountain, make sure they had a good time. Congratulations to the Hopeville Vikings,
Sure.
to the Central Spartans,
Sure.
to the Brawley Wildcats right here. Will Torres, Ron Rubio, Joaquin Matus, Sarah Torres. I know actually she'll be gone, but still,
Hey.
we will be back here in Imperial Valley for the 7 o'clock game when the Wildcats take on the visiting
Who? Valley Center.
Valley Center. I can't
Jaguars.
think-
And hey,
Jaguars.
one thing I want to say real quick is, hey, man, this game for me was for my boy Vince Scully. If everybody's out there, Dodger. I grew up a Dodger fan, but I also grew up a Vince Scully fan. And, man, this is just something that, hey, congratulations to Brawley. Thank you, Vince Scully. Take
Yeah.
care.
Thank you very much to the whole Brawley. Billy
Yeah,
Brewer,
great
Simon
win. Great
Canales,
win for
Greg
Brawley.
Smith,
It's a big
and-
win.
And also, of course, you can't go without saying principal here at Brawley Union High School. So, guys, it's been a pleasure. Glad we got game 1 out of the way from Will Torres, Joaquin Matus, Ron Rubio.